That was rude. And we are back with a brand new edition, of course. My name is Jen, and I am your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption to work in your favor. Well, what's up tomorrow? Actually, I teach you how to leverage fucking everything to work in your favor. So there's that part. Also, if you're interested in having me manifest your SP for you, or you want one-on-one coaching with me to figure out where you're going wrong so you can get your shit right, I manifested my SP back from no contact to living with me in 4 weeks. So I'm here to help you do the same. In fact, I'm here to help you do it faster. You know what I'm saying? What up, Taylor girlfriend? So all links are in said bio. Okay? I have text coaching, WhatsApp community, meditations, hypnosis audios, all the things to hook you up. What up, Carrie girlfriend? Look at that, tomorrow. Tomorrow got some movement. Yeah, that's right. Because that's what we do around here. We get movement. Okay, that's what we do. We get our shit. Okay, nobody's trying to have it take forever. Which we're going to talk about if you have not seen a lot of movement or movement at all. What up, Nadine girlfriend? Where I was talking to somebody earlier today on a coaching call. So I think I think this will help you, okay, is because even though we're recreating, oh, what up, Libra? What up, Chanel, girlfriend? I hope you get my message, bitch. We're going to figure this out. We are figuring it out today. Libra, I knew I liked you because you're a Libra, and Libras are awesome. Can I just tell you before I get started about my parenting fail yesterday? My parenting fail yesterday is I fell asleep while cooking my daughter. Chanel or Unapologetically Me, or what's up, Queen? Can you message Shanna, because Shanna needs to get into the WhatsApp group, please. She just needs to get the link to the group. Okay. And Shanna, bitch, can you send me a DM? I'll do it too. Okay. But yeah, I fell asleep while cooking my daughter pasta last night because I was tired. So she didn't get pasta. I mean, but I did, because I was now awake after I failed on her pasta. So I made me some pasta. I had chili spaghetti. And what do you think I woke up to this? I don't really have to tell you what I woke up this morning weighing, do I? 1 pound down, baby. Because I love pasta. And I lose weight every time I eat tacos and pasta. Come on, keep up, guys. Keep up. It ain't that difficult. All right. I digress. Good morning, Maricel. Okay. Libra. She said her friend's SP randomly started acting weird, yet the other day he was obsessed. Yeah, so the only reason why, if there's a switch, is because of inconsistencies within your friend. Okay, that's the only reason why there would be a switch, is inconsistencies, and we like to take everything personal, so we need to stop doing that, ladies. Okay? Ladies, stop taking everything personal. A lot of their shit has nothing to do with you, which we're going to talk about today, actually. Okay? What up, Angela, girlfriend? But what happened, it is weird to see, right, Libra? It is weird to see when you see them transforming, right? Conforming. And you're just like, and then you're kind of like, okay, how fucking old am I? And man, my life would have gone so different if I'd have known shit way earlier. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Oh, Maricel, you're awesome too, bitch. I forgot to tell you that if you, we do a contest now here every day. So if you share this live so that we can help other people leverage everything in their fucking life to get what they want. Then in the first, like, I think what they said before we get to 10K, if you share the live, then you're entered to win some amazing prizes. And I think today, because it is Mother's Day weekend, by the way, I think today we'll give away a coaching call. Okay. I just make the shit up as I go. So, all right, let's see what we got here. Somebody else said something. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, look at this. Liv, been incorporating my lives into her daily schedule ever since she found me. Love that, because you should actually see some insane movement. Look at this, Tay. She took my challenge, which I'll tell you again today in case you're just tuning in what that is. And she had some good inner conversations yesterday, and he called and they chatted for 3 hours. Look at that. See how this works, guys? Do you see how this works? Okay. There's a lot of movement going along in which I thought it was, well, nothing surprises me, but I thought it was hilarious. It's always hilarious when they say the things that you affirm or you're in a conversations, right? So somebody in the WhatsApp group in the success stories posted that she's been saying like that she knows she means the world to him, is what she was saying in her inner conversations. And he brought her flowers yesterday. And what do you think it said on the card? You mean the world to me. That's the fun part. That is the fun part when they go ahead and mirror back what you're saying in your mind, bitches, because that's what it's about. That is literally what it's about. Okay? Let's see. Oh, if you have any questions regarding SP, money, business success, weight loss, doesn't even matter. Drop a comment. Is what I meant. Is what I meant. Hold on. I have to go add a mod. Hold on. Tally ho, please. It's one of those days, guys. Maybe because it's the weekend. I don't know. Here we are. Confirm. Okay. Here we go. Okay. We're ready to rock and roll now. We got the logistics out the way. Just so you guys know, I will not be going live tomorrow at my original time, okay? Because you guys know by now I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. But tomorrow I have a couple appointments at that time. So I will not be going live until probably, if I do go live tomorrow, which I probably will because I can't help my fucking self, it'll be like at 1 o'clock Pacific time. Okay? Okay. I have some amazing appointments tomorrow. I'm actually very excited. Very excited. Oh. God damn, you guys are fucking needy. Not you guys. Just my admins are needy today. You like how they talk to me through the pin chat? Okay. It's manifest. Started to see more stuff. My phone brought his photo as a memory this morning. Good. That is not a mistake. I don't even get memories on my fucking phone. Do I? I don't think so. But good. That's movement. That's movement. A lot of you guys brush movement off. You brush movement off. You go back, well, yeah, he did this, but I have to remind, like I was on a coaching call yesterday. I love you too. I was on a coaching call yesterday and I told her, I said, like he calls her about everything. About literally everything. And she brushes it off. And I was like, okay, there's this thing called fucking Google. Okay, so he doesn't have to message you or call you about something that he could easily do on Google. Because when he asks you for help, where do you go? She's like, Google. I was like, right. So he could easily go on Google too. But he doesn't. Because he's coming up with ways to talk to you. Okay? He's coming up with things and he's treating you like a girlfriend. We can all go to Google for shit, but why would we do that when you can have a conversation with somebody? Although 3 hours, you guys talk a lot, and I don't understand what y'all fucking talk about. I love that because it's for life. This is a lifetime partnership, unapologetically me. Literally, you'll be like, I'll decide when it functions again, which will be never, unless it's with me. Oh man. All right, Casey, what's going on, sister? You need help remanifesting your SP because we broke up again. Why'd you break up? Huh, Casey? Most likely the reason why you broke up again is because you're not breaking old fucking patterns. How many times I got to tell your ass this? You need to break the old patterns. Thanks, NY2NC. You need to break the old patterns. Okay? You have to break the old patterns. Okay, you cannot run your relationship the same way you ran it the first time. That doesn't work. It doesn't work because obviously you know how that ended, right? This is why it's like you guys don't need a psychic to know how this relationship's going to end again if you don't do things differently because you already have proof of concept. Okay, like that's how you have to look at it. You already have proof of concept. If I run this the way I ran it, we broke up. Proof of concept. So if I want something different when we come back in contact, then I have to do things differently. And mainly it's I got to stop reacting. I need to remember that I need to internalize, not verbalize, right? We don't verbalize, we internalize. I need to I need to step into my role as perfect girlfriend. I need to persist in his role as perfect boyfriend. And when patterns arise, I need to break them. And you'll know when the pattern arises because if you find yourself thinking that they've done this before, pattern. Or if you find yourself comparing this to the last time, pattern. So then you break it because then it's like, okay, you don't hear from him. And he breaks pattern. Let's say he messages you good morning every single day and then all of a sudden it doesn't happen. So instead of going down your old fucking thought rabbit hole of, oh, he's pulling away again. Did I say something wrong? What did I do? Why isn't he talking to me? Blah, 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 blah. In your mind, you say, no, I know exactly how he feels about me. I know he's going to text me good morning. He texts me good morning every fucking day. We talk every day. So he'll text me today. Because I think you guys forget that sometimes they have, their own life. They have their own life. And you have to have your own life too. Okay, where you both have a life, but then come together, right? Hey, Rob, welcome to the Fam Bam. Okay, where you guys have your own lives, but then come together. But it's like this weird thing where it's like, oh, I don't have a life because my life is with him. And so therefore he shouldn't have a life either. But what kind of relationship is that? What kind of relationship is that? And I'm not saying you need to go live your best life and go clubbing into the bars. Do clubs even exist anymore? I don't know. But anyway, I'm not saying you need to go do all that. But go fucking find a hobby. Go do something. Go learn how to cook so that you can, make him the best meals of his life. Ooh. I'm a good cook. I'm a very good cook, actually. I'm a really good cook, actually. But I should cook. I should learn how to cook other things. Ooh, that's a good idea. Right? Because we're creatures of fucking habit. Let's be honest. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start learning how to cook different things, pushing myself to cook different things. So therefore, it keeps it nice and interesting. And therefore, well, I'm a better cook than my boyfriend, but he debates that with me now. But go find something to fucking do. Because instead, because you guys don't do that, you guys sit around all fucking day long and just like wait for them to text you. And that's why you get your panties in a little bunch when they don't fucking text you back in 10 minutes. You wouldn't have that problem if, you did something. Pick up crocheting. I crochet. I should do that again. I just don't feel like buying a shit ton of yarn. But anyway, my daughter learned how to crochet. And did you know, crocheting as a lefty, props to my mom. She's a righty, but I'm a lefty, which is why I'm so fucking smart. That's what they say about lefties. She taught me how to crochet, and she had to teach me how to do it backwards because she's a righty. Anyway, I digress. But go do something. Go fucking do something. Go cook. Go do something. Pick up gardening. Grow some fucking vegetables. I don't know. Do something instead of revolving everything that you do around your SP. Go start a business. Go learn how to paint. Go do some shit. Go do some shit. Because I did that before too, right? And then it's like you're lonely. No, fucking go do something. Lay on the couch, watch Netflix. I don't know. Do something. Other than obsessing over what the fuck they're doing all day long. Because most of you guys don't realize that when you're questioning what they're doing all day long, they're really not doing shit. They're not doing anything. But then you guys are like, oh my God. What would you do if he actually had a life? When he can't handle the fact that he's at fucking work? So Casey, I need you to take a look at your past relationship with SP and take a look at this one that you just were in again with your SP. Okay. And I want you to compare and contrast. Did you notice similar patterns from the first time you were together? If that's the case, you didn't break him. Okay. So therefore, now when we manifest him back, because you've already proven that you can manifest your SP back, but you need to manifest him back in a way that's perfect for you. So you need to get very, very clear on what those qualities in your SP are. Okay. All of you need to get very clear on what those qualities in your SP are. Who is it that you want? Why do you want them? What is it that you want from them? So same with you, Casey, is take a look at both of these relationships and then ask yourself, was he the same version, a lot of the same version that you maybe had a problem with from the first time? If that's the case, you need to revise the whole goddamn thing. Okay. You need to revise the whole thing where you have to learn and say, okay, well, I did not like this and it showed up twice. So no, I need to persist in perfect boyfriend. Okay, I'm with my boyfriend. Okay, we've been together for a while. Again, do you think that I don't still affirm for me and my boyfriend? Do you think I still don't have inner conversations for me and my boyfriend? Do you think I'm still not adding to my description of my boyfriend? No, of course I am. Of course I am. Because this is an ongoing thing. This is an ongoing thing. Now, do I affirm all fucking day long for me and my SP? No, I don't. But I will still have my little times where I'll affirm. Like it takes a fucking long time to make pancakes. Can I just say it's overrated? I was making pancakes for my daughter today because she's weird. She likes them not fresh. So I was making them for her today. So what was I supposed to be doing while I was sitting there making pancakes? I was affirming. Okay. But I affirm for different things, not just for SP now. Okay. You can affirm for different things. You don't just have to affirm for SP. Okay. But I still do that. I still do that to this day. I still have inner conversations. I still do remind myself of certain things, right? When, I don't know, let's just say I don't hear from him for, I don't know. We don't have that kind of relationship, but I'm fine with that because I'm not a on the phone type person. But let's say we don't talk for a little bit of time. So I don't really care, but I'll affirm or I'll have like inner conversations. Like, no, we talk every day because we do several times. If I have a one-on-one call with you, you know what's going on. It's not like anything bad. It's great, actually. But anyway, you still affirm, or I still have inner conversations just to keep myself on track. Same with you guys. This is not a job fucking done type of scenario, right? But you're not affirming your life away. Instead, you're just enjoying the relationship. What part of that is hard to do? What part of that is hard to do? To enjoy your relationship. You know, if you would just enjoy your relationship, you wouldn't have a problem. If you would just enjoy the things instead of nitpicking at fucking everything and being a chronic complainer about everything. I very much enjoy my relationship. We both do. We don't have to sit there and do certain things. But as women, do we want validation for things? Yeah, oftentimes we do want validation. You know you do, okay? Because then it confirms for you. So then you have inner conversations about validation where they're always telling you certain things about how they feel about you. He's always telling me how he feels about me, blah, 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 right? Because then now he's validating, he's confirming, which is what you fucking want anyway. But you guys got to stop leaving shit up to them. You need to stop leaving stuff up to them. Stop doing that. Here I go, rambling. Okay. Salamano, thank you for your work. Thank you for watching. If I still feel connection months after, can I still bring them back up? Of course you can. Why not? Why not? Somebody had asked earlier today that if you're manifesting your SP back, isn't that desperate? Because what if you get him back and realize that that's not who you want to spend the rest of your life with? Oh, Lisa with the butterfly, can you shoot your shit back to the top, please? I need to respond to you, bitch. And my response was very simple. I said, no. I said, not really. I said, I said, first of all, I said, SP is not just exes back. I said, there's husbands manifesting their wives back. I said, and wives manifesting their husbands back. And then people wanting to save their relationship. There's all kinds of walks of life. People wanting to save their relationship. There's people that, yeah, they're manifesting their SP back, but it's not desperate because you want somebody you love back. You know what I'm saying? Like doesn't make any sense. I said, on top of that, you're not manifesting the same person back. I said, you're creating something new, something special and something with your SPs, a different version of them, a better version of them. And for one, she was surprised I even responded. And for two, she got it now. Yeah, because I said, I think that's great. Why go find somebody fucking, look, we ain't getting any younger except for age, except for looks, of course. So what do I look like? Kissing I kiss way too many frogs to find my prince. He ain't going to gadget place. Oh, Yesenia. Hit me up, sister. You stopped talking to SP number 2. Is SP number 2 the musician? And is that because maybe SP number 1 is stepping up? I love how you guys have numbers for them. Libra, she said it's weird too because during the confrontation about his behavior, he started flipping back into obsession. Yeah. What up, son? So therefore, it's because part of her has the good version of him. Part of her has that assumption already. Okay. So that assumption of obsession is an assumption that she has already, but then she's wavering between a second version. So it is fascinating. I can imagine you, seriously, bitch. I can imagine you sitting there watching like, and he's like, what are you looking at? You're like, nothing. There's nothing. Can you manifest the person contacting you after changing your username on socials? Yes. What is that, a peace sign? Yes, peace. You can. That doesn't mean anything. First of all, I'm pretty confident that even if you change your username on socials, I could be completely wrong. And maybe if you guys know the answer to this, drop it in the comments. I'd love to know. If you change your username on socials, can't they still find you? Right? Even if you change your username? I think they can find you. Plus, if you change your user, let's say you guys were talking on social, like through the DMs, if you change your username, aren't you still in their DMs? Just under a different name? I would assume you are, right? I think so. I don't fucking know. But I'm curious to know the answer to that. But either way it goes, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter because you have to look at it this way too. Peace is Instagram, all the social channels, they love to recommend social profiles. Okay, to people, like recommended profiles. So oftentimes you could easily show up as a recommended profile to your SP under a different username because you've either gone on their profile before, you have mutual friends in common, right? There's all of these different, you're in their contacts. If they have it linked to their socials, like all of these different things are why you could quickly show up as a recommended profile. As long as you're focused on you and SP and not worried about changing usernames on socials and they can't find you, because if you say that they can't find you because you change your username, you will be correct. Okay. Either way it goes, you're right. But if you don't view that as a circumstance at all, and you're focused on you and SP, if that means that all of a sudden he's scrolling on social media and sees your recommended profile, or he's on his For You page and all of a sudden your shit comes up, whatever has to happen is going to happen. Okay, because it's weird how that works. I have an old high school friend. This is when I was first starting to talk about SPs on TikTok. and she's sitting on the couch with her teenage daughter, and she recognizes my voice. She hears my voice on her daughter's phone, who I don't even know her daughter. Okay. She hears my voice and she looks over, she goes, I know her. We went to high school together. And her daughter's like, there's no way you know her. And so she had to go to Facebook to prove that we were friends from high school. And she even had to message me on Facebook so that I would reply. So therefore she could be like, see, I told you I knew her. But I don't know her daughter. I have no idea who she is. But somehow I was on her daughter's For You page. You see what I'm saying? So there's all kinds of different ways they can come across your shit without you knowing about it. But that's not your concern. That's not your concern. That's their concern. That's your subconscious mind's concern. That's all. They figure this shit out. Don't matter. It doesn't matter. In fact, when they tell you they found your social, you probably wouldn't have never guessed how either. That's the fun part. That is the fun part. Just saying. Okay. Maricel, you've always been part of my daily life, even when I'm working or sleeping. I stay tuned to you. Thanks, Maricel. God, you guys are just so fucking amazing. It's so sweet. Okay, it's manifest. Can you break down the inner conversations a little more? Like, never seen him, but only used to text. Okay. What up, Vixen? Thanks, girlfriend. Okay, can you break down the inner conversations a little more? Like, never seen him. Okay, so you've never seen this person, but only used to text. Okay. So, interesting dynamic there. Okay, so what you would do in inner conversations, you want to pick up, your inner conversation should be all focused on step one. Okay. Now you can weave in other inner conversations as well. So one should be all about, you could have an inner conversation about how, as if you guys were texting right now daily. Okay. If you guys were texting right now daily, what does that look like to you? What would you be saying if your friend was talking to you like, hey, have you heard from Matt? Hey, have you heard from Matt? And you're like, oh girl, yeah, we talk all the fucking time. Like, absolutely. We talk all the time. Like, he messages me like 20 times a fucking day. We have the best conversations. He literally tells me everything that I want to hear. He's constantly sending me a message. Like, I can't even respond quick enough before he responds back, right? All of these different things is how you would have this whole conversation as if it was already happening. Okay. Not as if it's going to happen, as if it's happening. Now, open up your text. You're texting all day long. You're like, girl, let me tell you, this man is obsessed. Like, seriously, we talk all fucking day long. Like literally, I wake up every morning to a good morning text. He's so damn sweet. He texts me good morning every single freaking day. And he's always telling me to have a good day. He checks in like all day long. He tells me everything. Like, I know exactly where he goes all day long because he tells me everything he does. You know, we talk like nonstop. We just had the best 5-hour conversation where he was telling me everything that I wanted to hear, like everything on how he felt about me and all this stuff, right? See, that's an inner conversation about you guys talking all the time. Okay. Then another inner conversation you would have is something where you're reminding yourself of things about them. Okay. So maybe he's told you things about you. Things that he loves about you or his feelings towards you or things like that, then you could replay those. Or let's say he hasn't, since you've never really seen him, but you used to text, right? So then maybe he said things in the text, or you could just make the shit up. Like, if you know how he feels about you, just tell yourself, like, I know how he feels about me, and say all of this in a way that would be natural to you. Like, as if you're just like talking to the homie, you know? And so it's like, then you would go in, you would talk about like, yeah, girl, I know exactly how he feels about me. Like, I have no doubt that he's going to tell me everything that I want to hear. He's always telling me everything that I want to hear. He's like, You see what I'm saying? Like, I know he wants a relationship with me. I know he does. He thinks about me all the fucking time. That's a conversation in your mind. It's an ego conversation when it comes to you and your SP. Okay, but so many times you're like, well, I know he loves me. I know this, I know that, but then you don't know the other shit. Come on now. Come on. Because if you look at the things that you know about them, they confirm that. They confirm that. Okay. So like some of you know that if you text them, that they'll text you back. Like you know this. Therefore, every time you text them, they text you back. Okay, but why can't you should take that same knowing into other things that you also want them to do, right? Like instead of just knowing that if you text them, they'll text you back, why don't you work on knowing that they text me every fucking day? Yeah, he just comes up with shit to talk to me about. Like he just comes up with random shit because he's always trying to get my attention. Like he'll do anything to talk to me. Like, girl, the other day, he was just asking where his shirt was. Like, he's so fucking silly. We have the best conversations. If you just had a 5-hour conversation with your SP, what would you be saying if you were to call your homegirl up right after? What would you have said about that conversation? That's an inner conversation. Okay? And then telling yourself how they feel about you, because remember, they have their own assumptions about you. So if you remind yourself and tell yourself how they feel about you, well, then guess what happens to their assumption of you? It changes. Okay, it changes. What up, girl? What up, Morgan girlfriend? Okay, it will change. Look at that. Tay, she's on fire. Tay's on fire. What up, Shanzy? No, well, Shanzy. I'm a little disappointed in you, bitch. They usually come up with great names for me. Now it's just Jenny. Look at that. Tay's on fire. She said she misses when he calls her goofy in a fun way, and within 10 seconds he did. That's how this works. That's how this works. Okay. Which, you know, you'd have to highly offend me on something. You'd have to highly offend me on something for me to report your freaking TikTok live. But some people clearly are very sensitive because I was just kiddoing Tay and apparently I'm bullying. And the harassment thing I think is hilarious, though, if we could just talk about that for a sec, because that would be valid if I was on someone else's live. But when you're on mine, how the fuck am I harassing you? It's called swipe. How am I bullying you too? Swipe. You know what I'm saying? But they only say that when I'm not yelling at you, which I think is ironic. Okay, SP number 2 told me he doesn't want a relationship. He wants to mess around with other women. Ew. Well, I mean, you could change that, Yesenia. But, I mean, SP number 1 is, I'm guessing that's the one that wants to... Which one is that? Is that the one that cooked you the romantic dinner? Oh, Jacques, where the fuck have you been? Where have you been? You don't think I've noticed? I noticed. You know why I notice when it comes to you? I notice every time I give my psychic readings. I'm like, where the fuck is Jacques? Can I say I never run out of money instead of the amount? Yo. Yes, you can. You can say you never run out of money. However, you would have to check your assumption on what never running out of money means to you. Okay? So, because like never running out of money means that you'll still have $1 in your account because you never run out of money. You know do you know what I'm saying? So it's like there just won't be a zero bank balance. Versus if you were to flip that and say, I always have plenty of money. Okay, I always have plenty of money. Because that implies plenty of money. It doesn't imply never running out of money. Okay, because there's like There's that one story that Neville Goddard tells about a woman who had a lot of money, but she would joke around. This is why I tell you guys, don't joke around, because your subconscious mind doesn't know that you're joking. It takes you at your word. So if you want to joke about your SP, I would highly recommend you don't do that. Okay, this lady used to have plenty of money, and she used to joke around when she would go into town, and she'd be like, they'd ask her how she's doing. She's like, oh, well, 2 steps away from the poorhouse, as like a joke, because she had plenty of money. Within less than a year, guess what she was? Break. Yeah. So don't joke, okay? Because remember, your subconscious mind doesn't have an opinion. It doesn't have the ability to decide. So because of that, it doesn't know that you're joking. It takes you at your word. Okay? Its job is not to go off the tonality of your voice. So remember that. Remember that. Oh, Yessie. I'm loving all your movement, by the way, bitch. More movement. I woke up to a message from SP's mom telling me she loves me like a daughter. Oh. You know what? I think it's amazing that you guys have SP's parents' phone numbers. I think that's amazing. Thanks, kitty cat cat. This top is a dress now. I bought it when I was 200 plus pounds. Now it's just a dress. A dress that I cannot bend over in, by the way, unless I'm wearing spandex shorts. Anyway, Sun, the movement is amazing. Yes, it is. Jen, I was looking through old chats and EW. What's EW? Oh, and ew. Me and SP had such a victim mentality, and it's putting me off. Yeah, Priya. I mean, that's common. That's common. Also playing the blame game, right? Victim mentality. That's part of the victim mentality, is blaming each other for fucking everything. Blame, 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 blame. And then it doesn't solve. So if you're finding those chats, what I recommend when you guys are going down memory lane in chats is to delete all chats that don't benefit you. I would do that. Any chat that I didn't like, I would delete. And therefore, when you read your chats, it's like a match made in paradise, right? It's just all the good shit. It's all the good stuff. So therefore, I can read that shit, and I don't have to read. Well, I never had that issue, but like anything that wasn't like, you're the best. Delete. So therefore, it all flows. That's what I would recommend that all of you guys do. So therefore, you're not picking and choosing and cherry picking shit out. You just go and you're just like, boom. Okay, then there we go. Okay. Thanks, CC girlfriend. Okay, Casey, here we are. We're going so good, Jen. Then they admitted to being on a call with gutter trash and just left. That's it, Casey. Hey, Ness, happy Friday. Yeah, that's right, bitch. Happy Friday. Amen, sister. You're going, so they admitted to being on a call with gutter trash and just left. Okay. So somewhere, Casey, you did not continue to flip when the thought of, is he still talking to gutter trash coming up? You have to flip that shit. Because when somebody admits to being on a call with gutter trash and just left, you have to know that that's why. Because you're, this is why I always tell you guys, you have to continue to go. What up, Elena, girlfriend? You have to continue to go forward, okay? So it's like, with your affirming or your inner conversations, they don't stop because you have confirmation. Because even though you get confirmation, so here's a perfect example, okay? We'll talk confirmation. We want confirmation. But at the same time, confirmation still isn't good enough. It's not. Because your SP will be like, honey, I love you, right? He can tell you he loves you 50,000 times. And then outside of him telling, unless he tells you he loves you every waking second of every day, you outside of that, you question if he loves you. You still question certain things, even though they've confirmed the opposite. Okay. You're still questioning things. So it's like, they could tell you that they're loyal, faithful, and committed to you. And it's only you, baby. It's just me and you till the wheels fall off. But you still question if they're talking to somebody else, right? You still question their behavior. Are they being honest with me, right? You still question that shit, even though they tell you the opposite. Okay. So this is why you must continue, because even though they confirm to you, because you guys will never have to worry about it. Oh yeah. Thank you, Chanel. Even though you will never have to worry about it, they will still confirm to you that gutter trash is back in the dumpster. And even though you know this, even though they've told you this, you're still going to find after they've told you this that you're still lingering questions. The thought of that still pops up. Okay, from time to time, or they're texting next to you on the couch and you happen to look over and the thought of, is this another woman, still comes up, which is why you have to continue with what you were doing before to get rid of gutter trash. You have to continue to do that. You just change the affirmation, right? Because once you know that she's gone, then you're not going to be like, they argue all day, every day. They're not talking. And so you definitely don't want to keep that affirmation because they're not talking, right? But then anytime you think about it, you're like, no, she's gone away. He hates her, she's gone away. He fucking hates her, she's gone away. You have to drown that out, because if not, you're pulling her right back out the fucking dumpster. And who the hell wants that shit? Trust me, you don't. Obviously. Oh yeah. On a side little note though, and I will be putting it in the WhatsApp group too, is I'm looking to interview you, okay? This will not be on TikTok. Relax. I will not be tagging your SPs. Relax. It's mainly for my YouTube channel. And then that's a lie. It will go on TikTok on but on my stories or like as a post. You will not be tagged in it, okay? But I'm looking to interview you for for everyone who's had success, gotten back with their SPs, has had movement with their SPs, is getting what they fucking want in general, money, anything. If you've had success working with me or watching my lives, I want to interview you. It's not going to be a long drawn out interview. It's not going to be on the live. It will be like on a Zoom. And then I'm going to record it just so I can help other people, not just take my word for it. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's the ultimate social proofing. Is like, don't take my word for it. Listen to her story. You know what I'm saying? So if you're interested, send me a DM or message Chanel, unapologetically me, or Betty, or Patriot Vibes, or I'm Kitty. Okay. So therefore, we can put you on my calendar, because I really want to help as many people as possible. But I want them to see that you guys are regular people, right? We're all regular people. And so that's what makes us different. So I want to help more people. So there's that. All right. Okay. Now, don't be surprised if you're on my email list, if you get an email from me, somebody who's like, I thought Jen said that she doesn't send out emails. I'm like, once a month is not going to kill you. Because, if you open up your emails, like Jimmy John's be sending shit daily. Makes me hungry. That's why I look at him. I eat on Instagram vicariously through my search bar. It's all food. It's all fucking food. And I'll sit there and just watch reels of food. That's how I eat, vicariously. Through other people. Books I read confirm affirmations. Random music on TikTok too. I love that. Oh, I gotta share with you guys our song. Our song is fire. It is so dope. Okay. SP would last a month in seeing me. Now is every week, and he wants to see me today and tomorrow. What, Angela? Snaps for Angela. Oh, and snaps for fucking Tay. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? So look at that. Do you see the escalation there? Do you see the escalation there? It should not be like this, guys. It should not be like this, and it should not be like this. It should be like this. Because you should see the escalation with your SP. Well, and now what do I get? And now I get a text. She knows I'm on my life with another success story about movement. That's what we do around here. That's what we fucking do. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. I had somebody who said yesterday that they're putting a pause on shit. Do you think I'm going to let them? No. I mean, I can't make them. But I'm going to highly encourage against that because we don't fucking quit around here. Quit about what? The only reason why you're not seeing movement. Oh, this is what I was going to talk about. Let me get through the comments first, and then we're going to get through my thing for the day that I would like you guys to take away. Because I told you guys yesterday that every time you think about them, it is because they are thinking about you. Okay? Every time things pop into your mind, just randomly, memories and things, that is because that is what they are recalling in the current second. So it's feedback. It's feedback. Because you can play tit for tat in the memory spectrum. So like, let's say, on a side note, let's say you tend to be thinking about negative memories when it comes to SP. That's because those are memories they're recalling. Okay. So how do you leverage that? You flip it. Okay. Because he's doing it automatically. He's doing it on autopilot to you. You're in control though. Okay. Because you know what you're doing. So instead you flip it and you start pushing out the good memories. You start thinking about the good, like, no, cancel that thought, right? When you have a negative memory, no, cancel that memory. And think about a good memory. So therefore it pushes into him. Okay. What the fuck emoji is that? Okay, anyway. Today on the phone, SP said he wants to retire me from my job. Amen, sis. So I can work my business full time. I fucking love that. What a thoughtful man. Be like, well, honey, in order for you to retire me from my job, here's what I need income-wise. Double what you need now. I love that. I think that's amazing. Tamara, what if we struggle? I'm pretty sure her name is Tamara, but I like Tamara. What if we struggle to believe our inner conversations? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because so it doesn't matter if you believe your inner conversations or not. And I'll give you an example, okay? Because this is why the negative shit pushes out. Did you believe it? No. But you said it. And you said it in a very natural way to you. So therefore pushed it out, but you didn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like when you thought about, is he going to break up with me? You were like, I fully, wholeheartedly believe this shit. No, you just had random thoughts about it. You know, when I was going through the stages of emotions after the breakup, and anger is one of them. And I was sitting, I'll never forget where I was sitting at the stoplight. And I was like, fuck him. I hope he hurts himself. Did I believe that? No. Did I want that? No, of course not. Did it manifest? Yes, it did. Quickly. Okay, so it's things like that you didn't believe when you said it. Okay, when you speak, like, you know, this is why people say think before you speak. Okay, that's the saying because most people don't think before they speak. I don't. So therefore, you just speak to be speaking. And that's why my boyfriend says I need to have self-awareness. He's like, you need to have a little bit more self-awareness. He's like, you're talking about somebody, and they're like 2 rows over. It's not bad things. He's just like self-awareness. So we don't have that typically when we speak. We just talk to be talking, but we didn't believe the shit when we were saying it, yet it's still pushed out. So you don't have to believe your inner conversations. You just have to keep them natural, which is why I told you don't script them. You just have to keep them natural to you. Because then it pushes out. A lot of the negative stuff that pushes out, you didn't believe. You just said it. Or you just thought about it. And therefore, boom. Because you have to think about it this way. Typically, you're not telling yourself that you don't believe it. In my experience. Okay, it's not like you're having an inner conversation and you're like, but I don't really actually believe this. At least you shouldn't. Okay. Typically, you'll say something. It's like affirmations. You'll just say them to be saying them. Because that's what you have to understand is when you do affirming, when your 3D completely shows you the opposite, there's not resistance, but you don't have the belief. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the belief that they're always calling and texting you when you're in no contact. You just have to say it. Because your subconscious mind doesn't know that you don't believe it. It doesn't know that. Your subconscious mind is not over here when you're affirming or having inner conversations like, yeah, but before we push this out, do you actually believe it, though? Do you? No, it doesn't do that. It takes you at your word. That's it. And if you are saying you don't believe it, well, then I highly suggest you don't say that. Because to me, that just seems weird. That just seems weird to say that you don't believe something. I know. I would know when you fucking stop changing your goddamn name. I only know because of your picture, bitch. Okay? That's what you have to understand. See, that's what she said. She can't believe all of this because when she first came in, her 3D was showing her the complete opposite, where he was not wanting to retire her so she could work her business full time. They weren't talking. And in case you missed this whole thing, in case you're new, you can scroll my profile. Don't take my word for it. I have not been teaching SPs since I only started teaching SPs in late January. Okay? It was all weight loss before that. And really not a lot of activity because I had a business venture. So I was doing a lot of business coaching. But I've only mainly been focused on SP since end of January. Well, we're in the middle of May or beginning of May. A little over 3 months, bitches. And look at everybody get movement and shit. Okay, when we get clear what we want from SP, do we say them in our conversations? Yeah, Ness, you can. 1,000%. You can describe. You can say. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can absolutely talk about your SP in your inner conversations because it would be like if a friend called you. Any inner conversation is if a friend was to call you, what would they ask? What would you talk about, right? And a common thing is, well, because you guys all know this because people like to do this shit after you break up, which is weird to me. But people will be like, how are you in SP? Then you talk about it in your inner conversations as if someone would have asked you, how are you in your SP? You're like, girl, we are great. Like, seriously, we go on dates every fucking weekend. Like, we never argue. We literally never argue. And like, we just enjoy each other's company. Like, he's been here for the past 4 nights. He spent the past 4 nights here. You know, we're talking about moving in together. Like, He's constantly like, he brings me flowers every time he comes over. Like, he cooks me dinner. Girl, he is fucking amazing. Like, literally, we have the best relationship. I've never been happier. He literally goes out of his way to make me a priority. And, it doesn't matter how busy he is. He's like, sometimes he's busy at work, but he still comes and finds time to spend time with me. He's always like, he just shows up. He orders food to my job. Like, my family fucking loves him. Like, literally. We're already talking about, what our wedding would look like. And, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you would have that conversation naturally if you were talking to a friend anyway, when it came to you and your SP. So that's an inner conversation. That's why things push out. That's why I tested robotic affirming, because you all know that's how I got my SP back. But we also naturally have inner conversations, right? And so that's where I say, what you think about, what you speak about, you bring about. And then I got to think, because I have to reverse engineer the shit again, because I didn't manifest my SP back because I was like, I'm going to show everybody else how to do it. No. I didn't do anything to show people how to do it. I did it for my fucking self, right? I lost over 100 pounds in 11 months for myself, not to show people how to do it. And you want to know honestly why I lost the weight? Because I was teaching women how to have confidence, right? How to be confident women and so forth. And and I knew as an entrepreneur, I had to make video content. But the camera adds 10 pounds. Bitch, I needed it to take away a whole fucking half a person, not add the weight. So because of that, when I was in my NLP training and so forth, or my master NLP training, we do what's called breakthrough sessions, where you basically completely rewire everything about your subconscious mind. And it changes everything. And so everyone was doing it on business success. And I was literally the only one that did it on weight loss. And they were like, why weight loss? Like, I said, because if I can lose the weight, then I will put myself out there as an entrepreneur in ways that I know that I need to be, making video content, which I don't want to make video content because I'm fucking insecure about my body. And trust me, my weight went here and fucking the stomach and the thighs. That was it. That was it. And so, buy unapologetically, have a great time. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, that's literally why I lost the weight. That's why I lost the weight. And you know what I mean? And obviously I did it for myself. And then SP, I manifested my SP back for my fucking self. Okay. But then I was like, you have inner conversations naturally, but what would happen if I tested against the two? Okay. And said, what if I only did inner conversations? And did I do affirming? Yeah, but not as much as I did before. When I was manifesting my SP back, I affirmed all day. And that was just because I wanted to keep my thoughts in check. Okay. So it was different. Did I have to? No. But I did, just because I wasn't going to flip every thought. So I just was like, I'll just affirm. And now it's very natural for me to do that automatically. But then I tested against inner conversations. Inner conversations pushed out over 2 times quicker. Because it's something naturally discussed. Right? And that's where, when you reverse engineer and say, okay, you guys are always asking, why does the negative stuff manifest quickly? But you're not affirming for the negative shit, right? And that's where I always think outside here, if you guys think I just go live and I just do coaching calls, no, I don't. I also think, focus thinking about things that I've experienced, and then where did that come from, right? So it's like, because when you guys ask that, I'm like, and I always tell you why, but then I'm like, okay, well, let's dive a little deeper on that one. Then I'm like, oh, that's because we don't affirm for that shit. No one walks around like, he's going to break up with me. 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 No, they don't do that. Right. And then when I walk you through the breakup, right? Hey, Martha Bestie. Then when I walk you through the breakup, I always talk about your arguments, and then you're arguing, even though verbally it stops, it continues here. But you're not affirming about what an asshole he is. What you're doing is having an inner conversation about him being an asshole and the things he's doing, the things he's saying, and blah, 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 blah. And then boom, that's the version that you get, right? So it's like, if you think that way, then I'm like, damn, inner conversations are far more powerful because it is something you don't dwell on. It is something you don't honestly think about all day long at all. It's just something you're naturally saying. So if you could control that, then wouldn't things manifest quicker? Yes. The answer to that was yes. Let me just give you your answer. So that's what I say. Shanice, okay, I appreciate you. It's manifest. Okay. Shanice, can I make a subliminal of the conversations and just act like it was a memory? You can make a audio of the conversations. I wouldn't advise a subliminal. Okay? I mean, if you're going to make any kind of audio with music in the background, the point is you need to hear the conversation. Okay? So it would have to be like, think like when you go to a massage place, right? What's playing in the background, like fucking rainforest music, which I hate, by the way, because it makes me have to go to the bathroom. Anyone else like me? Does anyone else have to go to the bathroom in the middle of massages? I can't be the only one that always has to go to the bathroom. So here I am with the fucking thing. Maybe that's it. I should tell them to stop playing that shit. Stop playing fucking waterfalls. Maybe that's their goal, because they get a 2-minute break. Because I don't know how the fuck they do that for a living. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted massaging somebody's back for 2 minutes, let alone for 90. Fuck that. Anyway, I digress. So I would suggest that you do something like that. Think guided meditation, okay? Relaxing music, but you can hear the conversations clear as day. Because when I'm always talking, people always come and ask about my opinion about subliminals. Subliminals are bullshit. Because your subconscious mind, it doesn't decide. It doesn't have an opinion. So when you play a subliminal, your subconscious mind is not like, wait a minute, I think this is a subliminal. I'm pretty sure this is a subliminal. So let's put our listening extra ears on, filter through the fucking music to find out the affirmations. No, it isn't doing that. It's not doing that. It's listening to the music. That's all it's doing. So instead, what you do is, that's why guided meditations or something like that work better, because you can hear what's being said. So your subconscious mind can also hear what's being said too. Okay, so that's the whole point of it. The whole point of it is for the subconscious mind to listen to what's being said. Okay. Hypnosis audios work because they relax your conscious mind and it goes directly into your subconscious mind. Does that make sense? So I would listen, you could listen to that, but I would definitely make sure that you're listening to your conversations when you're in SATs, state akin to sleep. Okay. That's when, and that's not only at night and in the morning. Okay. It is at night and in the morning, but it's throughout the day. Anytime you're feeling drowsy, anytime you're like, God, I could take a fucking nap right now. Anytime you find yourself like dozing or like spacing off, you're in SATs. Okay, open suggestion. I was gonna say you should leverage SATs when you're with your boyfriend. He's getting ready to go to sleep, right? And you're just like, I'm the love of your life. Yeah. I want to test that. and think and see if thought transmission is more effective. I mean, it's effective regardless, but I'm curious to see if it's more effective if they're in sats. I'll test that. I'll report back. Because I'm going to have to come up with something. I'm going to have to come up with something very specific when it comes to that. So I know. So I know that it's the one thing I'm testing. My poor boyfriend. He's like a petri dish for my testing. Because I was like, I don't want to test on some rando fucking stranger. That's weird, right? You don't have, okay. So being lower. You got hit by your feelings. I got feeling lonely and I feel impatient. I'll just affirm so tonight. Okay, feelings, don't worry about feelings. Don't worry about feelings. I fucking hate when people say that you just should not. You should be in a high vibe all the fucking time and your feelings manifest. Okay, seriously, who's going to not miss their SP? Right? That's a feeling. It triggers feelings when you miss your SP. Right? On top of that, if they're like your feelings manifest. Okay, 6. So on my wedding day, when I cry, we're headed to divorce town. Is that what you're implying? Because I cried on my wedding day. Come on now. You know, your daughter graduates high school and you're crying at her I'm fucking such a sap when it comes to all my daughter's shit. And you're crying at her graduation. Does that mean she's going to fail? She's not going to get accepted to college or whatever because you cried. That's the biggest crock of shit I ever heard in my life. Right? You're watching a movie and you fucking cry. What does that mean? You know what I mean? Feelings don't have anything to do with the thoughts behind it. It's the thoughts behind it. And so don't worry about the feelings and feeling lonely and feeling impatient. Because think about this. Like, if your boyfriend was to, let's say you guys live together. And then all of a sudden, he goes out of town on business for a week. Or goes out of the country with some friends for vacation. You're not going to feel lonely? Of course you are. So there's nothing wrong with that shit. So you just have to make sure that your thoughts are in check. Same with you. I love Muna. Okay. You may want your SP. We don't call them X's, okay? You may want your SP back because X remains an X, okay? If you identify them as an X. So we don't do that. So you may want your SP back, but manifesting seems exhausting. You're always manifesting. See, that's the thing, is you're not, the only reason it seems exhausting is because you're consciously doing it. But you've always been doing it your entire life. You've been manifesting. It wasn't exhausting then. Because you're not doing anything. You know what's exhausting? What's exhausting is sitting there and laying and watching or doing endless visualization fucking techniques and like literally having to visualize a picture in your mind for hours because I watched 85 of them. Scripting is exhausting because I have a heavy hand when I write. I get tired after writing 5 words. 55 by 5. 369, 33 by 3, all that shit's exhausting. But changing your thoughts is not exhausting. Okay, because that's what you're manifesting anyway. Is your thoughts, the inner conversations you're having are manifesting. You've been doing it your whole life. So it's not exhausting. All you're doing is changing them. But when you listen to a lot of other creators out there, yeah, they make it sound very exhausting because there's a shit ton of things you got to fucking do. No, you don't. You don't. Just stay away from law of attraction because law of attraction will have you exhausted. Like exhausted, girl. Exhausted. Is it bad to think about them reaching out too much? Does it mean you're in lack? No. If it's not bad to think about them reaching out too much, but you should come from the premise of excitement that they're reaching out to you. Okay? Now, if it means you're in lack when you're coming from desperate energy where it's like, I don't have this thing now and I really, really need it. I really, really need it. I really need him to text me right now. I really need him to fucking text me. And you're checking your fucking phone every 5 seconds to see if they texted you. All of that shit, that's meaning you're in lack. But if you were to sit there and think about them texting you or talking to you, it doesn't mean you're in lack. Because like I said, if your boyfriend was on a business trip, or let's say long distance, let's say there's a lot of people that have relationships that are long distance and in different time zones. Okay. It used to drive me nuts when I go to like Italy or Germany and I'd have like a small window of time that I could talk to my family or people back in the States because of the time difference. Okay. And so, it's not, you're not coming from lack if you're thinking about them texting you. It's not coming from lack, but what I would recommend is that it depends on how you're thinking about them reaching out. Okay. If you're now sitting there saying, why haven't they called me? This is lack. Why haven't they reached out to me yet? Like, why aren't they talking to me? Why haven't I gotten a text? Like, when am I going to get a text? Why are they not talking to me? That's lack. Okay. Because your inner conversations, the thoughts that you're having around them reaching out versus if you're telling yourself, no, he's always calling and texting me. Like literally he texts me good morning every single freaking day. Like he's texting me right now. He's going to text me right now. I know he's texting me right now. That's not lack. That's confidence. There's a difference. Okay. There's a difference. Because it's the assurity. So a lot of times the way you guys say certain things could matter. Because it's like, because again, your subconscious mind isn't hearing the tonality of your voice, but you know. And that's what you have to remember is what are you telling yourself? What are those things? You need to start by being aware of your inner conversations. We'll start with the obvious. Because a lot of you are not aware of what's actually being said. But if you became aware, then things would change, right? Because a lot of you guys are so focused on SP that you guys don't realize that you got a whole lot of inner conversations about other shit in your life too. When are you going to change those? You guys should want business success. You should, like, this isn't corporate careers, guys, too. This isn't entrepreneurship. This is like a job. Who wouldn't want a fucking promotion? Make more money? Who wouldn't want that shit? Who wouldn't want a better life? Who wouldn't want, well, not everybody does, but I do. Who wouldn't want a bigger ass? You know what I'm saying? Who wouldn't want to look younger? Who wouldn't want to have better health if you have health issues, right? Who wouldn't want an upgrade in their lifestyle? Who wouldn't want more money? Manifesting is something fun, but I do love a lot of you guys are like, I'm going to get my SP back, and then once I get my SP back, game on. Yes, game on. That's how we have to look at it. I'm going to get all my shit. What up, Matthew Bestie? Hello, Privremeno. Wait, I know you. Oh, I need to message you back, by the way. Look at that, Lisa, with the butterfly. Your SP's name is Matt. That's a sign. That's a sign, bitch. That's a sign. Mm-hmm. I will be going live, by the way. What up, bro? Oh, that's so funny. I literally just said I will text you back today. And hey, can you put your Privray? We'll just call you Privray. Can you text me? Can you text me on WhatsApp with that name, with your TikTok name? Because I want to put that with your actual name. Thanks. It's Mother's Day this Sunday. Happy Mother's Day, by the way, to all of you to all of you mothers. They're telling me not to go live on Mother's Day. Shanzi, you don't know what's wrong? Well, let's talk, girl. Let's talk. Let's talk, sister. Let's figure it out. Let's figure it out. He said this. Okay. Yes, Seria. How do I change it? Number 2. Yes, he has been coming every day, and now he said this. What did he say? What did he say? What did he say? Oh, thank you. Lisa with the butterfly, you and Taylor Morgan, you guys are right there. Wanting to kick your boyfriend's ass sometimes. Oh, fucking type faster, bitch. Where the heck is the rest of your fucking thing? Okay, I don't know what he said. What the fuck did he say, Yesenia? He's been coming every day, but then he said this. That's all I see. What a cliffhanger. That's called an open loop. When I get back down to that part where you respond with what he said, then I'll respond. Is it bad to think about them? Oh, no. I already said that. Hey, I talked to somebody yesterday where she was like, you guys crack me up. It's probably the most entertaining coaching call I've ever been on in my life. It was the best, though. It was the best because she came in hot. She was like, oh, we're getting this motherfucker back because I'm about to go blow his house up. Or burn it down. That's what it was. I was like, I'm loving this. Bro, go to bed. That's what the replay's for. All right, Louisa Canva Coach, message me. That's right. I know, Rhea. I know you came from No Contact Girl. I'm proud of you. Yeah, what's with the name change? Why do you have an emoji now? Send me messages, guys, because I definitely want to interview. Okay. Oh, it is tomorrow. Oh, man, look at that. I'm good. Okay, what is the best way to end my SP's professionalism story? Because he's working for my dad. What? I'm trying to decipher this. I know who the fuck you are. What is the best way to end your SP's professionalism story? It's a good one. I love a challenge. Best way to end your SP's professionalism story. So what I would do is tell yourself, it would be something like you would tell yourself, like, no, actually, he doesn't let his working relationship with my dad impact our relationship at all. In fact, he's really proud. Like, he's actually like, he separates the two really well. In fact, the more he works for my dad, the closer we are together. He does not hide his feelings for me at all. He's actually very proud of our relationship, and it really does not impact his job with my dad at all. In fact, my dad highly encourages our relationship and fully supports it. And my boyfriend is really proud and really not afraid to show it. Our relationship has nothing to do with his working relationship with my dad, and he knows that. Does that make sense? I would say that best to have as a conversation. Plus, you can also put that in your description of SP, but I would find that more of an inner conversation better. That is true. Shane, I've heard that before where they said, as the great granddaughter of a witch, she always said, watch your spelling because your words have powers. Any emotion with words can or will become reality. Right. And that's why, who is it? I think it was Mina said that. She's like, that's why the word spell is in spelling. I talked to someone that I have a client of mine that learned this after she came across my life. She goes, fuck. She goes, I literally scripted her breakup because she journaled. And what do you journal about? Your problems. It's like a diary, right? Your problems, things going on in your daily life. And so she would journal about her daily life. And she's like, I said, damn. I said, it's funny that you say that because we think scripting is all positive. But if you're a journaler, you're literally scripting against the things that you want because you're writing shit down. Which is why people will say about gratitude journals, right? They'll tell you to keep a gratitude journal. And I used to always talk to my entrepreneur clients about gratituding. And I said, okay, here's the thing though. Who the fuck is grateful for the shit in their current life right now if it's not perfect? I get that you're grateful to be alive, okay? You're grateful to have food and things like that. But you're grateful to what? Not be with your SP? You're grateful? No. So instead, no one talks about if you're going to keep a gratitude journal, to be grateful for what you expect to come as if it's already here. So I'm so grateful that I have $1 million in the bank right now, right? It's not here, but that's what you expect. So you're grateful for it now. I'm so grateful that me and my SP are getting married in June, right? Things like that. This is only if you keep a gratitude journal. That's all I'm fucking saying is if you gratitude, then you need to be grateful for the things that you want, not for the things that you have. Not just for the things that you have. But be careful because again, what you guys talk about, manifest. Okay. So if you guys keep talking, like a lot of you guys will be like, I hate my job. Be careful with that one. Because my dad said that. My dad went to work every day. He hated his job. And guess what he ended up having? No job. Then 35 years, towards the end, he was completely miserable at his job. Totally miserable at his job at the very end. And he's like, I hate my job. I don't even work here anymore. And he lost his job. So be careful. Be careful. Hey, Jen, anyone who has the nerve to ask about teachers' theories should get the boot. Who's teachers' theories? But I'll take that under advisement. Or are you talking about me? Yeah, she's going to the pub with her boyfriend. I manifested the weight loss and my dream job. I don't know why SP's been so difficult, but he's next. Yeah. Well, Jessica, this is why I talk about it. It's so much easier for people to manifest weight loss, dream jobs, money, all those things. And then they're like, but when it comes to SP, I said, that's because SPs have these mouths. They have mouths. And so because of that, typically we have a problem. Okay. And that's something I want you guys, that's what I was going to talk about today. I got distracted. Okay. Let's talk about something real quick. If you find that SP is not conforming and you in your mind, if you're being honest with yourself, this is only for the people who are being completely honest with themselves and not being delusional. Okay. If you believe that you're doing everything right and they're still not conforming, you're still not seeing movement. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to take a look at your SP. Take a look at his story. Okay? I really want you guys to take a look at your SP's story, their life, their reality. Because remember, I told you guys yesterday that even though we each have our own realities are blending every fucking day. Unless you're sitting in your room alone your entire life, that's fucking stupid, right? I have a reality. My daughter's got a reality. Well, guess what? We fucking live together. I'm in her reality. She's in my reality. Realities are constantly blending together. Okay. Same with if you live with your parents. Well, there's 5 realities in the same fucking household. You know what I mean? So they're constantly morphing together and becoming intertwined. So because of that, I want you guys, and maybe this is for all of you, because even if you are seeing movement, this isn't going to hurt anybody. So that's my task. I want all of you guys to look at SP's reality. Look at your SP's reality. What are things they've told you out of their mouth? Now, this is where we dip into negative, okay? But we dip into negative to leverage because we're going to rewrite their reality. We're going to recreate their reality specifically, okay? I think you'll find this very beneficial. So I want you guys to dip into old memories, but this time, instead of focusing on all the positive things, you're going to pull out all of the unfavorable shit that they have said. Now, we're not dwelling on it. That is not the whole point of this exercise, okay? Is not to dwell on any of that shit. But what you're going to do is you're going to make a list. What is everything they have told you about their life, their past relationships, themselves, you? What do they tell you at the time of breakup? Right? All of these things. What do they tell you? So like an example would be like, you know, I just don't like to talk about my feelings. I don't talk about my feelings. So when shit happens, I just rather be alone. Let's say they've told you that. Write that shit down. Because that's where we're going to do this for a little bit. I do need to get a fucking hat out. An investigative hat, okay? We're playing investigative reporter today. Because my goal is that 100% of you get movement. And the only way we're going to do this is if we figure out what the fucking problem is. So, investigative reporter hat is coming on today, okay? You're going to remember and recall all the things that they have told you about themselves, about their lives, about their past, about all of that shit, okay? About themselves, okay? All of that. All of that. What they told you at the breakup, all that shit. Okay, you're just going to write it all down. And then what you're going to do now is you're going to flip it all. You're going to recreate their entire movie. Because remember, they have a movie too. You're going to recreate it. Okay, so if they were literally like, you know, I just like to go through things alone. I don't express my feelings like that. When I go through things, I tend to shut down. Okay, and I just feel like you deserve better, and I just can't give you what you need. And because I have commitment issues. I'm just not able to trust people. And whatever they have said, you're going to write it all down. And then you're going to go in whole fucking story mode. You're going to take it all and you're going to go in whole story mode and rewrite the entire fucking story of their life. You're going to tell yourself something different about their life. Okay? So this is again an inner conversation. Okay. So this is what I did with my brother, because you can rewrite anybody's story. Doesn't matter. You can change anyone's life, even if they can't change it themselves. Okay. So this is what I did to my brother. When I told you guys we started we wanted him to live close to us. So we agreed to pay for half of his bills. Let's face it, a majority of his fucking bills. Okay. And to help him out. Thanks, I'm Katie, girlfriend, to help them out. And then at some point in time, we're like, okay, you're like 40. You should probably pay some of your own shit, right? And so we started passing him off some of his bills. I thought it would be nice to drip his bills to him. Not my mom. My mom thought, well, we may as well just rip Band-Aid off, just give him all of them. Just give him all his bills, okay? And so my brother lost his shit. He was like, he stopped talking to my parents. He was telling me, he's like, Mom is like my mental health is really fucked up right now. Like, I'm not going to be able to live. I'm going to be homeless. Like, I cannot afford to live. Like, he did not want to live anymore. He didn't think he was going to survive. Okay. And he had no idea how he was going to pay all his own bills. He goes, I don't even make that much money. I don't make enough money to pay all my own bills, Jen. Like, I won't have shit. And so my clients, Jill, if you're on here, we're going to talk. Okay? We're going to talk. But anyway, so he would vent to me about all this. And so I talk. I have no self-awareness, I guess. But I'm working on that. And so I would talk to my clients, say, like, how's your family? I'm like, well, and then I would tell them all about my brother. And it was getting worse and worse and worse. And I'm like the person in my family. No, I'm pretty convinced that I'm the only sane one in my family. Well, state the obvious. Because everyone in my family comes to me about their shit. They don't talk to each other. They come to me. Like, all roads lead back to Jen to disperse. And they always dump their shit on me, like, as if I don't have, like, I just live this, like, why I do live a pretty master badass life where I don't really have a lot of problems because I choose to not stress on shit because stress doesn't fix shit, right? Like, you act like nothing's a problem. Well, because if I acted like it was a raging problem, is that going to solve it? No. And so that's just always been how I live my life. And so then I realized my brother was getting really out of control and I couldn't handle it. And so I started looking at the positive about this because that's just what I do. And so I started talking to my mom. I started talking to my clients. And I'd be like, you know what? What I do know is he's going to come out of this an amazing man. Because he's going to realize, like, I know he can do this. And he's going to realize that he can pay all his own bills and stand up on his own. And he's going to feel so empowered to know that this is for the first time he's 100% taking care of himself. Like, he's going to make it through this. I know he is. And he's going to come out so much better, right? And I would just go in, like, natural conversation with people about that. And now, like, literally within 30 days, he moved out of his 1-bedroom apartment here. He now lives in he moved out and directly into a 2-bedroom apartment by his job. So it's much more convenient to him because he worked about 30 minutes from here. And so it's now near his job, 2-bedroom, nicer place than he had here. So his son now has his own bedroom. He has Disneyland season passes. That when I tell you they're there every fucking weekend, that is not an understatement. And when I tell you that they eat like it's going out of style, that also is not an understatement. I'm like, how do you even have time to eat that? Eat all that food? But that's how they do. That's how they do it, right? He takes his son somewhere every freaking weekend. He took his son on a 10-day Disney vacation to Disney World, and that shit is not cheap, okay? And he still had money in the savings. And nothing in his finances changed. Nothing changed in his finances. Still has the same job. Still has the same jobs. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. Other than the story I was telling. And everything in his life changed. Even though his circumstances never changed. He still makes the same money he did. Nothing's different. Oh, and now he's paying his own car bill too. Like, all of these things. He pays all his own bills, 100% of them. And when I tell you it's not cheap where we live, that is also not it's fucking $3,400 for a 1-bedroom apartment where I live. Okay, so that's my point for you guys is I firmly believe that if we recreate your SP's reality and we tell a different story about our SPs, then what's going to happen to them? They're now changing. But of course, we want to change your SP's reality to obviously include you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if he said, like, I'm just not ready for commitment, I just have really a hard time trusting and committing to women. I have not had the best luck with the relationships, then you would change that version being like, no, actually he has the best luck with relationships. In fact, he's never felt more committed to me than ever before. Like, our relationship's the best relationship he's ever fucking had. Like, he actually, when he, let's say he says that he tends to shut down. If he's going through something, he tends to shut down. and he just doesn't express his feelings. No, he actually he is so open all the time. He's very open about his feelings with me. Like, he's always telling me what he's going through, and everything he goes through, he can't go through it alone. He always comes to me because I'm the only person that is ever there to help him through it. See what I'm saying? So you're changing it to include you, but to dead that shit. Because it's his reality too. And it's true in his reality. Because we all have our own assumptions, right? You're changing yours, okay? You're changing and curating your own reality. You're consciously doing that. But they are doing it automatically, okay? They're not consciously creating their reality. They're just letting life happen to them, if you think about it, right? They're the ones just going through the motions of life. Their thoughts are running on autopilot. They're creating assumptions without knowing they're doing it, right? They're telling their stories are their stories. And we all know, and their inner conversations are their inner conversations. The words that they say are the words they say. They don't think anything about it. But as we know, all that shit is manifesting. Okay? So that's how you have to think about it. You say, okay, logically speaking, if I was manifesting before all this shit happened, before I even learned about how to leverage the law or the law itself, if I've always been manifesting just on autopilot, they're no different. They're doing that right now. The difference is you know what you know and can change their reality. Because the only way their reality will change is if you take control. Because if they stick with their stories, and they got a shit ton of bad stories, if you let them stick with their stories, that's why you're not seeing the movement. That's why you're not seeing them conform. Because even though you're shifting your realities, their reality is still very much their reality. So what would happen if you changed their reality? That's where we leverage. I should just have if you can tip the fucking person at Starbucks to do their goddamn job, I don't see why people don't tip me. I am the worst. Fine. If I go to a restaurant, I tip, and I'm a good tipper. But if you think that in a million years, I'm going to go to McDonald's and tip at the fucking counter, or go to Starbucks, no, I'm not. Why? Now, will I do that if I leave California? Yes. If I'm in another state, 1,000%. But in California, no, I fucking will not. You know why? Because we have what's called mandated state minimum wage here. So the baristas at Starbucks are getting paid $20 an hour to fucking brew a coffee. What do I look like? And I got to pay $10 for the cup of coffee. What do I look like giving you an extra $1? You're getting $20 an hour to fucking make coffee, to do your job. That's my analogy. Sorry. That's my analogy. But now if I go to another state, I know that they don't mandate state minimum wage. So I will absolutely tip. In fact, I tip better there than I do fucking here, because I know these bitches are getting minimum wage here. The fuck I look like. You know what I'm saying? That cup of coffee cost me $11 and you got paid $22. Now we fucked up. Fucked up. So anyway, that's my little rant about that. But I want us all to do that, okay? Because I really believe that it's all about, you guys know this about me, it's all about everything finding the leverage, right? How do I leverage everything? And if you look at it this way, it's like, what if we leverage everything and we sit there and say, is that selfish of you to change their reality? No. That's the biggest gift you can give them, is a better reality, a better life, a life full of happiness instead of sadness, right? Great mental health. If they have mental health issues, great mental health, living just an all around better life with you. There's no greater gift that you can give somebody than to change their reality. We're going to do it. we're going to do it. I firmly believe that that will unlock, especially for you who have not seen movement. I think that that will really unlock some shit for you. If we have a coaching call together coming up, then that's your homework. Your homework is to make your list. And then on our coaching call, we'll run through the list and we'll create a new story. Okay, we'll create a new story together. Now, you're not going to read this fucking story. I mean, you can, but you're not going to necessarily read the story and rely on that. You're going to have once a day, you're going to have an inner conversation about their story. Okay. So we'll do that on our call, but you have to come prepared. Okay. Because if you don't come prepared, then I end up sitting there for fucking 10 minutes of our time, of our quality time together, listening to you try and drum up shit. But I want you guys to take your time on it, because I want you guys, I don't want to do it with you. And then this is why I don't want to do it on the spot. I mean, I will if I have to, but because then I don't want you guys coming back being like, oh, I forgot this. Oh, I forgot that too. Nope. Okay. And that's what you guys have to realize, because they all have past relationships too. So if they told you anything about their past relationships, yeah, that goes on the fucking paper. Okay. I'm feeling really good about that shit. All right. Oh, what do you mean? Look at that. I'm getting real good at the acronyms now. Don't get too carried away with them though. But I figured out WDYM is what do you mean? About inner conversations. Bliss, where the fuck have you been? We've been talking like 4 days about inner conversations, girl. You have to go watch my long ass live on YouTube, and then you find out what we're talking about. But by now, you should already know, because I've mentioned it a million times. Okay, Abby, I saw your fucking message. I actually used you as an example earlier. I said, I hope you're still on here, bitch, because I said, if you think for in a million years I'm going to let you just walk away and quit, you got to be fucked all the way up. Apparently, we haven't met. You're not quitting. You're struggling. That's fine. But when you struggle, you fucking get up and you keep going. In life, when you struggle and something knocks you down, you get yourself back up and you keep pushing forward. In life. If you have a job and you're struggling at your job, do you just quit? No, you don't. You learn, adapt, and proceed forward. This is a life lesson, okay? And so I will message you back. I will read it because I saw it come through, and that was the first thing I fucking read. And I was like, oh, I'll be talking to this bitch, because we're not doing that. Should you work on self? Everybody should work on self. Of course, because you have to evolve. Yesenia is smoking hot. 1 million fucking %. She knows it too. She is smoking hot though. So would you say robotic affirmations plus inner conversations throughout the day is a good start? I do robotic only. Yes, it's manifest. I definitely would focus on robotic affirming and inner conversations. Inner conversations, though, let them happen naturally. You can have similar inner conversations, right? About the same thing, but I suggest once a day you throw out a random ass inner conversation. And I don't mean it has to be in this whole fucking story mode. Honestly, it doesn't. Okay? Just random little quick thing. Like, dude, next time he goes turkey hunting, next time he goes turkey hunting, he's totally coming over for coffee. He's going to stop by he's actually, next time he goes turkey hunting on my property, he's totally coming to get a cup of coffee. And then keep pushing. Because that will manifest. That shows up. Hold said questions. Okay? Okay. Tamara. How can I help you by manifesting your SP? How does that work? That works by me doing it. I'm just kidding. We actually jump on a coaching call together, you and I, and we recreate your SP on the spot. Obviously, now I have to figure out, I might have to extend the amount of time because now we have to recreate your SP's reality. I think it's going to be a really good one. And I don't think anybody fucking does that shit. What? I hope that woke your ass up. That was a loud what? Look at us being different around here. That's why we get the results that we get. All right, so we're going to do that as well. Plus, I tell you how to play your part. Okay, then you send me your SP's picture, his name, and then I get to work. Oh, Jill, you are here. Good, we're going to talk, bitch. We're going to talk. Okay? Then I tell you how to play your part. Okay, and then I get busy at manifesting your SP for you. So this is where she played her part. Gish. She put it in the WhatsApp success stories yesterday. She sent me a message in the morning and finally put it in the WhatsApp group yesterday, where I've been manifesting for her. She's been playing her part, and boom, contact. Yeah, they were in no contact. Now they're in contact. And then on top of that, he was like, literally same day, within an hour of being like, hey, I was just thinking about you. I love that's the best part. I was just thinking about you. Of course you were. Of course you were. The fuck? Think about me all the time. And he was like, I want to, he goes, I'm still in love with you. I'm not afraid to admit it. Of course you are. Another person, she was on here earlier. I don't know if she's still on here. Another person, one of the very first people when I started offering it was in no contact with her SP. And that was broken within 48 hours, something like that. I spent 2 glorious weekends together. They're planning to move and relocate. Another person broke no contact, and within 2 weeks was back in a whole ass they were in no contact. And their last encounter was not great. And he broke no contact. They were back to living. They weren't back to living together. They found a whole nother place and moved in within 2 weeks. So there's a lot of people. Somebody else got contact same day. Okay. So there's a lot of people. A lot of people have been getting insane movements, but I walk you through how to keep it. Okay. I walk you through how to keep it, because there's oftentimes, that's why I say I need to know about the movement. They'll be like, do you update us? What do you mean, do I update you? Yeah. I need to know what you're experiencing. And then what happens then is I, if we have to jump on a quick call, then we do, to figure out what the problem is. But I need to know about movement, because I walk you through it. See, that's the difference between me and everybody else. I probably way over deliver. Let's just be quite frank. Okay. I think I way over deliver because I just don't care. To me, it's not like I don't look at everything from a monetary perspective, because obviously if I did, the prices would be different and I wouldn't give away as much as I do. But most people will manifest and you'll be like, oh, they contact me. They're like, job done. Plus other people don't care at all. You can hire them to manifest for you for 7 days, 30 days, doesn't matter. And whatever happens during that time frame is what happens. And if not, you got to sign up again. Okay. Right now, I'm not that person. Instead, I'd rather walk you through how to create. I'd rather walk you through how to keep the movement so that I can now move the fuck on to the next step while you're still doing that. That's how that works. But I would like to say I'm pretty fucking good at my job. Okay. Bevy, what the fuck do you need to talk about later? There's TikTok Reiki. I didn't know that. How does that work? I'm going to have to tell my friends. I'm going to have to tell my friends they're Reiki masters. I'm going to have to tell them they need to come over to TikTok and do TikTok Reiki. SP yo. Jen, do we repeat what we say in picture method? You can. You can. The picture method, we're going to do that in a second. That's why I asked you guys to hold your questions. The picture method can be used for a gang of shit. So you can have a conversation with your SP. You should have a conversation with your SP where you just talk to them and tell them what their shit is. Like, you know, you love me. You know, you're in love with me. You know, like, literally, you know this, and you absolutely know. I have no doubt that you want to be back in a relationship with me. In fact, you're going to contact me today. Right? Talk to them. Talk to them, because we have to look at everything when it comes to SP specifically, okay? Let's not dissect your whole fucking day. But when it comes to SP specifically, we have to assume that every time you think about your SP, you are transmitting thoughts. Every time. So what thoughts are you transferring throughout the day? Okay? So that's where you leverage thought transmission to say, okay, thought transmission is not something you are like, okay, I'm going to focus 2 minutes. I'm going to focus on thought transmission to my SP. No, that's not how. See, that's what people will say. That's what the picture method is for, is focused thought transmission. But you're transferring thoughts to your SP all fucking day long every time you think about them. So that's where you leverage that and say, okay, thought transmission is obviously very real. And so I'm going to leverage this. And I'm going to leverage thought transmission by controlling what I'm sending them. So instead of sending them junk in the mail or Nightmare on Elm Street, I'm going to go ahead and send them loving, amazing things about me, because I'm in control of thought transmission. Because remember, theirs is running on autopilot. Yours is not. Okay? It is if you let it, but you can control it. So when you control it, well, that's the magic. And that's when they start pushing out. Like I said, I don't know why y'all be bitching about the kind of text messages you be getting from ESP when you're the one that can change it. Mm-hmm. You don't like dry texting? Then change that shit. He's the sweetest guy in text. He's so sweet. He's always showing me affection. He's constantly he just talks so nice to me. You have to understand, if you view them as constantly showing you affection, constantly just so sweet and so nice to you, you understand that reflects in text message too, right? It's not like only on the phone though. Come on, guys. Come on. Oh, Abby. I'm sorry, I was reading Abby. You feel broken. Should be your engagement anniversary on Sunday and wedding in 2 weeks. I'm saying she's coming back. I just wish she was here right now, or at least talking. Okay. Abby. Listen, Abby. Okay? I understand that when things come up for you, that things can be emotional, right? This is where things are emotional. But Sunday is 3 fucking days from now. 2 days from now. Sunday is 2 days. Yes, I counted on my fucking fingers. Judge me not, okay? Sunday is 2 days from now. And your wedding is in 2 weeks from now. Do you know how much time that is? Because there's no future. Time is an illusion. Okay, so if you know that your wedding is 2 weeks from now, that's a long time from now. That's a long time from now, when she could wake up tomorrow a whole different person, an entirely different person. Because here's where I want you to logically think, okay? I really want you to focus your inner conversations on your wedding. Because unless she fucking hit her head and has amnesia, which she does not. You don't think she knows that? You feel broken. And let me tell you why, in case you weren't here yesterday on my live, Abby. Okay? Right now, you're feeling broken. Right now, you're feeling sad, very emotional. Because of these dates coming up. Do you know why you're also feeling that way? Because so is she. So is she. You don't, like, love doesn't just die. It doesn't just die. Unless you did it. But you're not. So you don't think she knows that your wedding is supposed to be in 2 weeks? You don't think she knows that? And unless she's a complete psycho, which she's obviously not, that shit means something to her. It means something to her. She is thinking about that a lot. A lot. Who the fuck wouldn't? Which is why you are very emotional right now. The reason why you're extra emotional right now is because both of your emotions are colliding like a fucking hurricane. She's feeling some way about, she's thinking about it. So are you. So emotions intensify. Your emotions are intensifying because both of you are experiencing the same emotions about the same event at the same fucking time. It's like a fucking tsunami when two waves hit, right? What do you have? That's what's happening right now, is both of your emotions are clashing together at the same time over the exact same events. That's why you're having such a hard time. That's why it's so intense. But you can change that to something happy, to controlling your thoughts about it. That no, I know she thinks about our wedding every second it gets closer to our wedding day. That's all she could think about. That's all she thinks about. And she's going to contact me because our relationship is going to rekindle far before our wedding was supposed to take place. Or you could hold on to that wedding date. You can hold on to that. You understand you can hold on to that wedding date. And you leverage the wedding date. Because whatever has to happen, if you continue living under the premise that you're getting married in 2 weeks, whatever has to happen for that to become true for you, that will happen naturally, which means that she's obviously going to have to come back in contact with you, right? You're obviously going to have to spend time together. You're obviously going to need to talk. You're obviously going to need to do all that stuff to be on track for the wedding in 2 weeks. Hold that. Hold that. Okay? But that's why. That's why. All right. This lady got to use the ladies. What the fuck? Hey, Gardenia. Y'all kill me. Do they have a name, M? Do they have a name? And if they do have a name, you can find things on the internet. But even then, I'm manifesting for one person and she doesn't have a picture. That's fine. I told her if she wants to be incognito, go stick his ass out and then take one. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And no, you do not need to have a strong self-concept to manifest. No, you don't. Now, of course not, son. Now you do need to have a level of self-concept when it comes to your SP. Okay, but like self-concept has nothing to do with like money or shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with anything like that. And the only reason my self-concept has to do with a level of, I didn't say great, stellar, perfect. Self-concept has something to do with manifesting your SPs because you need to see yourself above them because that's what they chase. So you need to see yourself as being perfect for them, as being enough, things like that. Mandy, that's a little vague. What do you mean your son got in trouble? What'd he do? What'd he do? I'm just kidding. You don't have to throw your son's business in the streets. But if your son got in trouble, how do you flip it is that this has all been resolved. In fact, it's all been taken care of. Yeah, it's completely all been taken care of. Like he's learned his lesson and all has been forgiven. It really depends on what happened. But whatever happened, just flip it to it. This has been completely taken care of. It was one big giant misunderstanding. Everybody completely understands and has moved forward. Okay? Do that. This is why when people get in trouble, have you noticed a lot of times they don't get punishment from it? And people are like, that's not fair. That's because they don't believe it. What they did was wrong. To the ex-girlfriend, kid's mother too, like super co-parenting but don't want to be together. Yes, MKD. Yes. Like it's all about the kids. Thanks, guys, about being your mentor. Don't make me cry. Okay, so yeah, when it comes to co-parents, you should all know we're doing it right now. EC. When it comes to a baby mama or baby father or baby daddy, is that what they call them? Yeah. Equation, we should never want them to just not be the shit. You know what I'm saying? Or have nothing to do with each other. What you should want is that they simply are great co-parents. That's it. They're really good co-parents and they get along well for the kids. That's about it, but they both have their own separate lives. In fact, let's say you have your boyfriend has a baby mama. So then if anything, you'd be like, yeah, they have a great co-parenting relationship. In fact, the baby mom, yeah, she actually loves me. She thinks we have the greatest relationship. Or you can say she's found somebody else. Let me tell you, I had a conversation yesterday with the client and I was like, some ladies, I feel like ladies need to have some level of, I think we should all maintain some level of fucking self-respect. You know what I'm saying? I think if women would maintain some level of self-respect, we'd be in a whole different, bracket. Okay, bracket, but women be doing some wild shit. Like, I was talking to somebody yesterday. I was like, really? I was like, damn. Or sometimes I'll talk to you guys about certain things. You'd be like, does she have no self-respect? I guess not. You know what I'm saying? Like, if everyone just had self-respect, you'd carry yourself differently. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't be acting all cray-cray in their 3D, right? You wouldn't, no, Yesenia, you cut off half your question. So drop it again, girl. You wouldn't be acting all crazy when you're forcing the 3D and shit if you just were like, self-respect. Is this going to lower my self-respect? Yes? Okay, I probably shouldn't do it. Because I heard the wildest story yesterday. I was like, oh man, but women, it's always the women. It's always the women. But let's talk about stereotype. Like, that's the differences in genders, right? This is a stereotype amongst genders, but it's true. Because women think that they can do whatever they want. You women think you could do whatever you want. You think you could act however you want. You could do whatever the fuck you want. But if a man does anything 10% of what the fuck you do, no, you go get a restraining order. 95% of women in the world would have restraining orders if men just went and got restraining orders. But do you know why they don't do that? Because of society's standards or society's assumptions of each sex. Okay, because that's like that was a that's why they say like sexual assault. They said actually a fair amount of men are victims to it. They just don't report it, right? Because of society's assumptions of those of genders. And I'm like, I'm just telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's my little side note there. Okay, I was waiting for Yesenia, so now here we are. I got a phone call. Oh, okay, here we go. Doesn't want a relationship and wants to mess around with other women. Okay, seriously. Yes, you could, Bevy. Or Yesenia, you could use unapologetically me as affirmation. That is, he can't get it up for anyone but me. Right? But I want you to take one hard ass look. Unless this guy is off the cover of Men's Health fucking magazine and like bottle of the year, like what is it? What's that one? Like man of the year, okay? Unless this man is man of the goddamn year, I want you to take one hard little fucking look in the mirror and ask yourself, who the fuck would not, one, want a relationship with me, and two, want to mess with other women? I don't think so. I don't think so. That man is loyal, faithful, and committed to me, and only me. He only has eyes for me. He doesn't even notice another woman. In fact, no other woman even fucking likes his ass except for me. Excuse my stomach while it growls. Yep. Like, he doesn't want a relationship. He absolutely wants to commit a relationship with me. I want you to focus, Yesenia, on your inner conversations. Okay. I really want you to focus on inner conversations. I just want you to remind yourself who the fuck you are. Okay. Where you could literally be like the one I use, but say it in a way that's natural to you. It's like, no, I know exactly how he feels about me. I know he wants a relationship. I know he wants a relationship with me. I have no doubt about that. He's going to tell me everything I want to hear. Okay. Something you can keep it nice, short, and sweet. Don't script it. Just say it naturally to yourself. Okay. About that, about you knowing, and you have to tell yourself, you know, okay. Or you have no doubt, or I know for a fact. Okay. Things like that. Because that's the confidence. Okay. But when you do that and you come from that perspective and that's your inner conversations, I promise you, you'll be on here in less than a week with a whole nother story. Ask me how I know that. You'll be on here with a whole nother story in less than a week. Like, guess what? Actually, yeah, of course. Of course. And you see how many times I got to tell you, who gives a fuck what that man says? Who gives a shit what he says? You're hot as fuck, bitch. So own it. Own it. Big please. Oh, please. I'll decide. What do you want, a relationship? I'll decide. I'll decide if your penis operates or not. I'll decide it all. Don't worry about it. All right. Let's do the energy clearing. Okay. And the cord cutting. We're doing the cord. That's right. We're doing the cord cutting as well as, although you said if you start today, you should, she's fucking hot. You said he's way hot. If you, I seen her on the video. Picture doesn't do her any justice. She calls me her hype woman. Because she's hot. But you should, if you'll start today, you said you should start to see a turnaround by tomorrow. You should start to see him telling it. You should start seeing him start to transition by tomorrow. Okay? All right. So we're going to do the cord cutting. Every day we cut energy cords here because we got to keep our energy right and tight and fresh. Okay. With SP, ever since the moment you met your SP, you have done nothing but walk around with the same shirt on and you ain't taking that shit off. Okay. So we need to change that. We need to wash that shirt. That's what this is designed to do, is we're going to rinse that shirt, put a new one on. Okay. Because you're not cutting them out of your life. You're cutting the negative energy with them out of your life. So therefore it preserves your own energy. Your energy should be your energy, not someone else's energy. Okay. Because this is why sometimes you will feel great. And then the next minute you will not feel so great. You'll feel tired, right? This is why, because the energy is shifting. We don't want that. Okay. So, and if you guys missed, if you're in the WhatsApp community and you missed my whole thing about their reality changing it, I'll go put a little note in there too. So y'all can hear that. Oh, right. So, like I was saying, I cut the energy cord with an ex of mine. I hadn't talked to him in over 8 years. He messaged me within 72 hours, called me, excuse me, and was like, hey, how you doing? I was just thinking about you. Thought I'd see how you're doing. Ugh. Okay, because I wasn't manifesting them back. But that's how quickly this works. There's a lot of people that got contact within the same day of doing this. Okay, because it's going to revive that energy. Okay. All right. And then I'll answer that in a second, Shaz. So that's what we're going to do now. This video is saved to my profile. Okay. If you go to my profile, it is pinned. No, it's not pinned. There's a video series where I'm wearing 3 red shirts. 3 videos where I'm wearing a red shirt. It's the first out of the 3. All right. Okay. So, and then the second technique we're going to do is the photo method. That is pinned to the top of my profile with 42,000 views. I do put a different spin on it than I had on it before. I did add something. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay. All right. You're not supposed. Bloody sad. You're not supposed. Your fucking profile name kills me. You're not supposed. You don't have to remember them. You could literally listen to them while you can listen to it while you're awake and not actually do it, and you'll hear what's being said in it. But you're not. What it's doing is talking to your subconscious mind directly, which is where your assumptions are stored anyway. So it's rewiring those assumptions at the subconscious level. And even if you were, let's say you were not to fall asleep while listening to it, it doesn't matter. You're still not going to remember what was said. Because it's not talking to your conscious mind, it's talking to your subconscious mind. So your conscious mind will be in a hyper relaxed state. So you'll hear, like, even if you weren't sleeping, you would be able to hear me talking, but you would be too relaxed to respond, nor will you'll hear like my voice, but you're so relaxed you won't actually hear what's being said. So that's the same thing when you're daydreaming, right? When you're spacing out, like if you're in class and you're spacing out, you can hear the teacher talking. You could hear a voice, but you're not actually hearing what they're saying because you're distracted. It's the same. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. You fall asleep. It's the same thing. Yeah, you're fine. All right. So let's get started. Okay. I want everybody to get in a nice little comfy little seat here. Okay, let's get in a comfy little seat and we're going to get nice and relaxed. That's where you're going to get skinny in your sleep, bitch. Okay, I got distracted. All right. I want you to close your eyes. That's very CC. Just close your eyes and just breathe. Take 3 deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Just relax. Just relax for a moment. It's Friday. We're just going to release all the tension from the week. And I want you to imagine that you're in an amphitheater. It's dark. You're alone. And you're sitting in the middle of this amphitheater, and in front of you, there's a stage, a big giant stage. And on that stage, there's a single stage light that goes from the top of the stage, that goes from the top of the ceiling down to the center of the stage. I want you to direct your focus to the stage light and stare at that stage light for just a moment. And as you look into the stage light, you start to realize that you're actually not alone. Okay, you realize that you're not alone. In fact, you notice that off in the back of the stage, out of the light, there's a dark, shadowy figure. And as you start to adjust your attention to the shadowy figure, you start to notice and get a sense that that person is your SP. And I want you to call your SP into the light. Say their name and ask them to step into the light, into the center of the stage. Do that now. Now, as they begin to walk into the light, you start to notice their facial features, their physical features, and you also notice a gold cord that runs from the center of your third eye directly into their third eye. Now, I want you to ask your SP these two questions, and I want you to hear them respond. If you can hear their voice, great. If you cannot, that's okay too. I want you to ask your SP right now, do you support me? Hear them tell you yes. Now ask your SP, do you love me? Also, hear them tell you yes. Now, I want you to say these 4 phrases to your SP. This time, you're not going to hear them respond, and that's okay. I want you to say to your SP right now, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Now, I want you to reach up with your hands as if it's a pair of scissors. And I want you to cut the gold cord that runs from your third eye only, leaving the gold cord intact to SP's third eye. And as that gold cord begins to fall to the floor, I want you to reach up with your other hand as if you're grabbing the roots of that gold cord out of your third eye and just tossing them aside. And as the gold cord continues to fall to the floor, your SP starts to float away like a balloon. And they get farther and farther. And they get smaller and smaller. And they get farther and farther and smaller and smaller. And they get farther and farther until they just disappear. Now I want you to take one deep breath in and out and open your eyes. All right. Now for the fun part. They will think about you. Since you've cut and restored the energy and you've cleared the energy between you and your SP, they will think about you in a very short amount of time. So now it's time to leverage that so that we can go ahead and get them to contact you. Okay? You need to start expecting something different from your SPs. Because right now, either way you look at it, you are expecting something from your SP. You're either expecting them to contact you or to block you and not talk to you. You're either expecting them to come see you or come up with 10, 15, 50,000 excuses on why they can't. You're expecting them to want to be with you, or you're waiting for them to decide if they want to commit to you. Either way it goes, you are expecting something. And so it's time for you to start expecting what you want instead of what you are currently getting, which is what you do not want. Okay, so the only way you can start expecting what you want is by seeing the version of yourself and the version of your SP that does the things that you want them to do. Okay, because when they were that person back then, you never questioned shit. So you need to stop questioning everything. Because when you question, you delay. Because you don't ask questions unless it's not here or you don't know the answer to. Okay, so we can't ask those questions anymore. You need to stop asking questions and start working on the knowing, the expecting of something different. Expecting them to contact you, expecting them to want to be with you, expecting them to want to come see you. Why wouldn't they? Expecting them to want to be committed to you, faithful to you. when you expect that and when you know that about your person, they have to know it too. They have one job only. Your SP has one job, and that is to confirm. That's their only job, is to confirm. So what are you asking them to confirm? Today, right now, we're going to get different confirmation. We're going to ask them to confirm something differently. And we're going to do that through the photo method. Okay? Now, I want you to go back in your relationship, and I want you to remember a time in your relationship where everything was fucking perfect. In the beginning of your relationship, I want you to go all the way back to the beginning, and I want you to remember who the hell you were. Who were you in the beginning of your relationship? The confidence you had about you. The assurity you had, the certainty you had in who you were. The fact is, before, when you met your SP, you knew who you were. You had a confidence about you. You knew the value you brought. Therefore, they did too. They're the ones, that version of you, because over time in our relationships, we select a different version of our SP. And therefore, they're at the end of your relationship, they're not like they were in the beginning of your relationship. They changed. But the fact is, you also changed. So we need to go back to the beginning of your relationship, where that version of you, who were you back then, because that version of you, they pursued, they chased, they were attracted to, they wanted to talk to, they tried to get your fucking attention. Most of you had no interest in your SP when you first met him. But yet they continued to pursue, get your attention. Who were you back then? You need to become that version of yourself all over again. Because that's the version that they tried to get your attention, pursued you, wanted to be with you, wanted to spend all their time with you, talk to you all the fucking time. Wanted to date you. That version of you is the person they fell in love with. Go back to that version of you right now. I want you to put that version of you on right now as if it's like a fucking bodysuit that you're putting on. Okay? I want you to wear that bodysuit right now. Now, I want you to fast forward in your relationship to a time in your relationship where everything was fucking perfect. The time in your relationship where you just knew that you would hear from them that day. Why wouldn't you? They talked to you all the time. The time in your relationship where you didn't question anything about them. You had no questions about their feelings for you. It was blatantly obvious how they felt about you. You didn't question if you would hear from them, if they were going to contact you today. You didn't question if they were going to make plans to come see you. You did not question anything about your relationship with them or their behavior in your relationship. Go back to that time in your relationship now. And I want you to remember who that person was for you. Who was your SP for you? What kind of person were they? How did they treat you? How did they make you feel? Go back to that version of your SP right now. Remember who they were. Because that version of your SP, you never questioned anything about them. You knew. You knew how they felt, therefore they confirmed. That version of your SP is who you fell in love with. In order for you and your SP to come back together in the most beautiful way, you both have to go back to the versions of yourselves that are the ones that won each other's heart. And you just did that. You just selected the version of your SP that's perfect for you. Therefore, no other version of your SP exists except your perfect person. And from this point forward, that's the only version of you and your SP that exists. Perfection. Because the fact is, every time you think about your SP, it is because they are thinking about you. They have not stopped thinking about you since the day you last spoke to them. The day you last saw them. They have not been, not yet, Shanzi. Not yet, bitch. They have not stopped thinking about you. At all. You have been on their mind 24/7, all day long. All they do is look at your profile and look at your pictures. They look in their gallery on their phone every day about memories that you guys had, the pictures, the happiness that you two were together. And all they can do is think about all the amazing times, the memories you created together, and how much they miss that and how much they want that. There's nothing right now that they want more than to have all that back again. They have written message after message after message to you daily. They have picked up that phone wanting to call you so bad. But they're not sure. They're not sure how that works. That actually is 100% not true, puppy. There'll be people in the WhatsApp that will attest opposite. So you have to understand that. Okay, you have to understand that. It's time for you to give them permission. It's time for you to allow them to contact you. It's time for you to allow them to be that version of your SP that wants to be with you, that wants to talk to you. That's who they need to be now for you. Okay? Okay, if you are new here, I need you to put on your crown. If you are not new, if you are not new here, go ahead and straighten that crown. Do it now. Poppy, you might want to straighten yours. Because we get what we want, we get it when we want it. We don't wait for shit. We don't wait for anything. When queens and kings give a command, do they need to question, worry, doubt if their command will be fulfilled? No, they don't. When queens and kings give commands, they know and they expect for their command to be fulfilled. They just know it. There's nothing to question. There's nothing to check. For what? When you know and when you expect, it comes. It happens. There's never anything to check. Haley, are you back, bitch? I missed you. I missed you, sister. There's nothing to check. That is not who you are. You are the queen and the king of your own reality. There's nobody above you in your own damn house. Do you understand? So I want you right now. I know, right? I want you right now to look at your SP's photos right now. Okay? And you're going to tell them what to do. If you're alone, say it out loud. Say it with a little bit of backbone. If you're not alone, say it in your mind. Don't look like a wacko. What up, Kimmy? I'm excited to work with you, bitch. I'm excited to work with you. We just had somebody posting the success stories, Poppy, pay attention, where I've been manifesting for her. No contact's been broken. And he is telling her how much he loves her. Okay. Other person got contact same day. Other person is in I have many people in great relationships with their SPs. I tell you to play your part, Kimmy, and as long as you play your part, let's get your SP back. I'm very excited to work with you. Okay. All right. Now, if you're in no contact with your SP, or you're in contact, but it is not consistent contact, then I need you're going to look at your SP's photo and you're going to tell them that they're going to contact you. You can say contact, calling, texting, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay. So you can, however they would naturally reach out to you is exactly how they'll reach out to you. So you can say, you're calling me right now. You're calling me right now. You are calling me right now. You're calling me right now. Okay. If you're in consistent contact with your SP, you can tell them to contact you right now, or you can tell them, or you can move to the next step and say, you're coming to see me today or this weekend. You're coming to see me today. You're coming to see me today. You're coming to see me today. Okay. Now, if you're in any of the ships, friendship, situationship, relationship, marriage ship, all the ships, then you have a choice. You could say you're contacting me based on where you're at in that situation. Okay. You can say you're contacting me right now. They're coming to see you today, or you can say anything else. You can say, you're cooking me dinner tonight. You're buying me flowers today. You're bringing me flowers today. You're giving me a massage tonight. You're rubbing my feet today. You're going to give me sexy time tonight. Whatever you want. Doesn't matter. Have fun with it. Have fun with it. This is supposed to be fun. Okay? When you own your power and you start expecting something different, yes, Emma, I'm confessing to you, then then they show up differently. They don't have a choice. Okay? Okay. So give your commands right now. I put you on a brief little break. And let's go ahead and expect them to contact you. And we are back. Okay. Okay. Am I misread your message? Yes. You can tell him that. You can tell him that he's confessing his feelings to you tonight. Like, you are literally going to tell me everything that I want to hear tonight. You're going to tell me exactly how you feel about me. In fact, you can't stop talking about how you feel about me. Okay? Yeah, you can say that to your boyfriend. Why not? Why not? You can say whatever you want to your boyfriend. You need to know this. You need to know how they feel about you. Okay? You need to know that. Okay? If you don't know how they feel about you and you're questioning every fucking thing you get, well, that becomes a problem. That becomes a serious problem. Okay? You can't do that. if you know how they feel about you, because they've told you out of their own fucking mouth at some point, then that's all you need to know. What's there to question? What is there to question? There's nothing to question. Okay, because you're not making this shit up. They've told you this. So that's what you need to hold on to. That's what you need to hold on to. And they will. They will. You need to start expecting different behavior from your SPs. You need to start expecting them to love you, to confess their love to you, to want to be with you, to do all the things. What's wrong with you? Before I get upset, let me answer M. White the Blonde. Did you say you put a new specific exercise in WhatsApp about changing SP's reality? No, I did not say that. Well, kind of. I said I'm going to. I said I'm going to be putting that in into the WhatsApp in case you guys missed that part of it, okay? Where I talked about recreating your SP's reality. Because they're in yours. And you can do that whenever you want. Tamara, flash you the timeline. Jumping timelines is next week. Okay. And so that I'm going to run with you because this Sunday is Mother's Day. I have coaching calls on Mother's Day. That's my bad, but that's okay. That's okay. But it'll be next Sunday. If I can move it up during the week, then I will. We'll see. We'll see. Because I have things coming up. Tomorrow, I announced tomorrow I will not be going live at my normal time at 10 o'clock Pacific time. I will not because I have appointments at that time. So I will jump on with you guys later. So I'll pick a time and I'll schedule the event tomorrow. And then I will be live on Mother's Day because I love you guys. And then next week, there will be one day that I will not be able to go live at all that day. I'm not quite sure what day that will be yet, unless I decide. But it most likely will be next Friday, is my anticipation. Or Thursday, who the fuck knows? But hopefully it'll be next Friday. But that's okay, because I will still be available. I just won't be able to go live. Yes, I will not be able to go live. Unless it'll be like in the evening, then I'll be exhausted. Okay, so tomorrow we have our first call regarding Manifest for Me. Do I need to prep with something? Yeah, Anna Maria, good question. So anybody who is having me manifest for them, what I need you guys to prep is I need you to know who they are for you, right? What are the things that you loved about them? Like all of that stuff. Get very clear on that shit. Like they're amazing is not clear. Okay? Well, they're just great. They just made me happy. The fuck? Okay, what's happiness to you? What are things that they did to make you happy? How do they show you that, right? How do if things were amazing, how was it amazing? What made it amazing for you? You know, things like that. And do we talk about old story? Yes, because I need to know the old story. Okay, so therefore we can, change some shit around. Okay? And I listen to it and then we recreate your SP on the spot. But it helps if you already have a baseline of the things that you enjoyed about your relationship and not like surface level shit or not chunked all the way up. Okay, chunked all the way up, like, doesn't mean anything. So it's kind of like, the number one thing I'll ask you is, what is something that you feel need improved on, right? And most of you guys will say communication. But then it's like, well, we need to get clear on what is communication to you. You know what I'm saying? Because for them, everyone's definition of things are different. So if you want, so that's where I'll do like an umbrella with you, where I'll be like, they constantly communicate everything with you. Okay, because it depends on what communication is for you. What's your love language when it comes? How would you know if they've improved communication with you? How would you know that? What does that look like? Because when a lot of times when you guys will verbalize to your SPs, like, I just need you to communicate with me. They're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I communicate with you. but they're communicating with you in a way that they communicate. They don't know what that is to you. And a lot of times you don't know what that is to you. Like you think you want something, they do that, and then you question the shit. So we need to get clear on that type of stuff. Okay. Because if not, then we end up spending like 55,000 fucking hours trying to pull the shit out from you. Okay. All right, Jackie, my SP sent me a video of a Disney love song. Was single at the time. He was single at the time, but didn't put a message with it. Was there a specific reason for that? Yeah, he's trying to get your attention. Okay, he's trying to get your attention. The fact that he sent you a Disney love song is all you need to fucking know. It's like, think about when you were younger. Okay, when you were younger, remember when cell phones first came out, right? And everybody had a fucking voicemail, that the voicemail was like a whole ass fucking song. And you're like, really, do I have to listen to this whole fucking song to leave you a voicemail? Right? Or at least this happened to me when we were younger, right? And you guys would communicate through songs. So like, it would annoy me, but I'd like check my voicemail and there's a whole fucking song playing. They're not saying anything. It's just the song playing. Right? There's a lot of other members that have playlists, like on Spotify or whatever, with their SPs. And so a lot of people communicate through songs, through things like that. So that's how you have to look at it. Like, look at him trying to get my attention, trying to communicate with me about how much he loves me because it's a Disney love song. Okay. People will think of things that remind you of them, that remind them of you or of your relationship or how they feel about you. And that's their way of communicating that to you, is through a song. Okay. If your guys are musical people, through a song. So that's what I would look at it like, wow, look at him trying to communicate with me through the song. Like, obviously he's thinking about me enough to where, he heard a fucking song and thought about me, or went and sought this song out because it meant something. So clearly, in order for him to search for songs, he obviously is thinking about you, right? Because there's the buildup to him looking for the song. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a thought process involved before searching for something online. So because of that, obviously you're on this guy's mind. Because he either one, looked for that song, because he was thinking about you prior to looking for the song, or two, that's his way of communicating with you. Tell you how he feels without telling you how he feels. Yeah, Haley, we can definitely talk. Haley girlfriend. Oh, Flashy, I can always do it with you separate, okay? Because you're on a different time zone too. So maybe I can do it with you, like, we'll talk about it. Maybe I can do it with you at the end of my day because it'll be in the evening and I know your evenings wind down. So we'll just do it like a separate one with you. It's not a long process. It's like basically the timeline technique that we did before to eliminate your negative emotions. It's the same principle, but their timeline, okay? And then you jump on and you give them a learning. You give them certain things and then boom, changes the trajectory of their timeline. In case you guys don't know what we're talking about, you can still get it if you want. It's $20. It's where I walk you through a technique to eliminate your negative emotions. So therefore this resentment, anger, hurt, sad, fear, guilt, all the things that you have with SP changes, because it changes to fit because you eliminate all those negative emotions stemming all the way back from when you first had them. So a lot of times your body pain will go away. You'll feel a lot lighter. You'll feel better because you dropped all that shit. Okay. And so, I made a declaration to them that I was going to do a case study because I remembered that I jumped into my mom. We all have timelines. So I jumped into my mom's timeline when I was learning the technique, and she had been wanting to lose weight. And so I'd given her something, in her timeline. I had talked to her and said something in her timeline. And then that evening I was driving home from my training and I always called her, and God bless her, I talked to her the whole time, like 2 hours. And so I was talking to her and she was like, yeah, I was at the grocery store today and I've been reading labels. She never did that shit before. And whatever she said, I don't like, you're asking me to go years back in my mind palace, but she said something that had along the lines to do with that, which was that's when the light bulb came on. I go, oh shit. I said, that's literally what she was doing was literally what I told her on her timeline. Within a couple hours, it pushed out. Okay. So I was like, well, if you could do that with anybody, then why can't you do that with your SPs and change their timeline? Because that's how we function off of our own timelines. So I'm going to teach you how to jump timelines. So in order for me to do that, though, I'm not going to look like an idiot. Okay. I know how to do it, but I want to refine the process specifically when it comes to SPs. So my goal is to have 100% success rate when it comes to this. So there's a small group of people that I am running through my case study. So it'll be by next weekend. I tell you, you can plead your case till you're blue in the fucking face. There are certain, first of all, you have to be a client of mine in order for me to run you through my case study. And then I'm going to refine the process because I want 100%. I've already chosen most of them. I want 100% to, but a couple of you, I might sneak on there, like Haley. Because I want 100% success rate. So I want you guys to all do that. Poppy, I would put you on there, but I need you to have a whole different fucking attitude, bitch. I need you to have a whole different attitude. Okay? Because I want 100% success rate. On this. And then when I have refined the process through them, because I'm going to work with them, then I will bring it to you. And I'll bring it to you, my people, because I need you guys to get your shit quickly. And so if it can work for my mom, and she had no idea what I was doing, and it was her now making the decisions based on my suggestion to her, it's no different. It's no different to do it for your SPs. So I'm going to refine the process. And we're going to jump into our SPs timelines. And then you guys are going to get to see them fucking conform into what it was that you said. That's the fun part. That is the fun part. Okay. Beach Joey. So basically we recreate your SP on the spot. Okay. We recreate your SP on the, I love you too, Casper. Oh, I need to fucking respond to you too. I'm going to respond to you today. We recreate your SP on the spot. I also am going to start now helping you also recreate your SP's reality too on the spot because I didn't do that before until today where I talked about it. And so we're also going to recreate your SP on the spot as well. And then we're going to, I tell you how to play your part because I'm not bringing them into my reality. I'm bringing them into yours. But it doesn't work if you go against what it is that I'm saying. So if you don't and you play your part, then you can be like everybody else that's getting movement very, very fast. Very fast. Okay? I don't know the fucking numbers, but I have a very high success rate. But the thing is what makes me different than everybody else is I don't abandon you and be like, oh, it's been like 25 days. So sorry. So sorry. Like, I don't do that. Instead, it's like, then I jump on with you and say, okay, what's going on? You know, you're not seeing any movement. Okay, there's a problem here. Something is stagnant. So therefore we talk through it. And that's where we work through it. So that's where this morning I was on a call and we were talking. I said, something is wrong. Because if you're doing everything I told you to do, you should see the movement. And if you're not, something's wrong. So then we started diving into her SP's story. And that's when I said, a lot of the story has to do with him being alone. A lot of his reality, the things he's talked about have to do with being alone. That is likely the problem. So if we can change his story, change his reality, then why can't we change? Then all of a sudden now it involves him not being alone and being with you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that's what we do. And then I jump in and I need to know about movement because if I have because when I know movement, then we get it popping. And I tell you, but see, that's also the difference between me and everybody else is when you get the movement, I'm not like, great, job done. No, I have to walk you through the movement so that it progresses and it doesn't die. Okay. So that's where it makes me different is I walk you through how to maintain. so that your relationship escalates and it doesn't fucking fall. Okay? Because there's a different tactic. Getting them back is not the hard part. It's keeping them. Okay? That's where the challenge to most people come, because we have to break old patterns. So that's where I continue to support you through that process. Yeah, because I care. Because I care. Okay. Tamara, easiest way to get someone to physically tell you he misses you and wants to be with you, as in your company, already in a relationship. Tell his ass. So are you asking what the easiest way is to get someone to physically tell you he misses you? You need to tell yourself that. Every day he tells me he misses. Every day he shows me, right? Because you want him to physically do it. Every day he shows me how much he misses me. And he like literally is planning to take me out this weekend. Like he constantly wants to spend time with me. He's always asking what my plans are, because no matter what he's doing or how busy he is, he's always making time for me to come and see me. Those are all inner conversations about him physically telling you that, or showing you, or you can tell him to tell you that he misses you. Okay, I know he misses me. I absolutely know he misses me. That I have no doubt that every second that goes by, we don't talk or we don't see each other, he misses me even more. And I know that for a fact. And he's constantly telling me that. Okay, you can literally have that as an inner conversation. Cass, I highly suggest against it. What do you think about the saying, if he wanted to, he would? Oh, what do I think about that fucking stupid ass saying? Okay, well, so this is the thing. You see a lot of memes. I see this shit on Instagram like all fucking day long. And so about him saying, if he wanted to, he would. Yeah, he would if he wanted to, but he only wants to or doesn't want to because of what you decide. So like, this is where like one day he wants to, the next day he doesn't, because you aren't deciding. You don't know. And so this is why people wait for years for commitment from their SP. And guess what they still don't get? Commitment. Because you're saying if he wanted to, he would, but he only can make that decision based on what you know about him. Okay, what you believe about him. That's all that means. So where people get commitment is because they're living and they're enjoying the relationship. They're not overanalyzing shit. They're not questioning anything. They're enjoying the relationship for what it is. And then they're acting like they're in a relationship. Therefore, he commits, because in their mind, that's what this shit is. That's what it is. I'm going to enjoy every minute of our relationship. And therefore, he assumes you're in one too. And he shows that to you, right? He's only always showing you what it is that you're thinking. So the whole like, if he wanted to, he would is, yeah, but he can only want to if you think he wants to. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that works. That's literally how that works. What? Excuse me. When Natalie, when I did the cord cutting, SP was asking me not to let him go as he flew away. Here we go. There we go. All right. So, listen. Shanzi. Shanzi. Oh, Tiffany, what up, girlfriend? I miss you too, sister. I miss you too, girlfriend. It's been a long time. We need to catch up. Okay. Okay, listen. Let me get through these real quick. So then I picture him thinking he's not alone, but with me, kind of thing. Yes, that's exactly what you're going to do. Is you need to see your inner conversations with about your SP should all have to do with you knowing Thanks, Tamara. They should all have to do with you knowing as if it's happening now. Not that it's going to happen in the future, but it's happening now, right? So when I tell you guys different inner conversations, like he's going to tell me everything that I want to hear today, not 30 years from now, today. I know exactly how he feels about me right now, right? Knowing exactly how somebody feels about you is not implying future tense. Okay. Like I absolutely know he wants a relationship with me. I have no doubt about that. Now, right now. Okay. It's not, I absolutely know that he's going to eventually want a relationship with me. No, 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 no. I don't think so. Like, no, I am 100% and certain that I absolutely am certain that he misses me. Every second we're not together, he misses me and he shows me that. And he's going to tell me that. He's literally going to tell me how much he misses me because that I know now. Okay. It's not future intense. It's not, I'm wanting him. Like, I know he wants to text me. No motherfucker is texting me today. Like we talk all day, every day. He literally texts me constantly. I got to charge my phone half the time because he be draining my battery, bitch. Because like literally we talk so much. I talk to him more than I talk to anybody all day long. Like literally all day long. We must have exchanged like 85 texts today. Or we just had the most amazing phone call. Think about when people hop on here and say how they have been talking to their SPs, right? What do they say? They're like, dude, we just had the most amazing phone call. Like literally we were on the phone for like fucking 5 whole ass hours. And all we were doing is talking and we were laughing about all the amazing memories we had together. And it just felt so natural. Like this is what we love is that we're just like best friends on the phone. We are just so connected. We get each other, we could literally talk on the phone forever, like forever. It's just so natural. Like no time has passed. Okay, that's as if it's happening today. Now. Right now. Okay, like girl, the weekend is here. Like I didn't even have any plans, but now I do, bitch. Like he just totally asked me if I wanted to go to the beach this weekend and and he's totally planning on taking me on a date this weekend. Like I'm so excited. I don't even know what I'm gonna wear, bitch. I don't even know what I'm gonna wear, and I don't even know where we're going because I hope we're going to like McDonald's. Okay, that was a really bad example. But you got what I was saying. Okay. It's like, girl, he is constantly like, he act like I don't have a job, bitch, because he is constantly like trying to hang out. Like every single fucking day, he wants to hang out with me. Like it doesn't matter. He goes straight from work to my house before he even goes home. He didn't even shower before he's at my house trying to hang out with me. Right. It's like literally all we do every single day is we have dinner together. We watch fucking Netflix and we just laugh. Like no time has passed. Today, now. Everything implies as if it's happening already because this is called inner conversation. It's called a conversation with your bestie. Are you literally going to call your bestie and be like, yeah, so look, I'm pretty sure that he's going to call me like someday, like maybe one day this man's going to call me and like, I'm pretty sure he's going to text me. I keep telling him to text me, but it hasn't happened yet, but I'm working on it. Who fucking does that? No one. No one does that. Okay. The only thing you would do if you were talking to your bestie is like, bitch, let me tell you, this man, we talk all fucking day. Like from the time we wake up to the time we go to bed. Shit, half the time he want to sleep on the phone with me like we're children, because this man loves everything about me. Like literally. We could just literally talk all fucking day. We never run out of shit to talk about. He blows my crap up. I have had to charge my phone like 3 times today because like it's just ping, ping, ping. Like I ain't got no goddamn job because I just talk to him all day long. That's how that conversation would be going if you were talking to your bestie. That's how your inner conversations are going. Because you're talking to your inner bestie as if it's currently happening today, right now. This is true for me today, right now. Because that's what you converse about, okay? You talk about things to people in real time as if they're happening. The only time you talk about future crap is when you're like, yeah, well, I got a court date coming up, it's like 3 weeks or whatever, but yeah, it's not a big deal. But you don't go into extensive about that. But what do? You talk about your current charges, what's going on right now. Like, girl, let me tell you, like, this whole thing with fucking court it's a nightmare. Like, seriously, this is what they're saying. This is what they're saying. This is what they're saying. Like, I don't even fucking get it. I don't even get it. This is one big misunderstanding. Like, that's how the conversations go in detail today, right now. Not future intense purposes. Because the future's in the future that you're acknowledging they're not talking to you. But who the fuck calls up their bestie unless you're crazy? Who calls up their bestie is like, bitch, yeah, we talk all day, every day, even though you ain't talked to them in like 8 years. You don't do that. You don't do that. If you were going to talk to somebody, it is because it's true for you, which is why it pushes out quickly. Because your subconscious mind is like, we're having this whole ass conversation. It's obviously true, because who the fuck has a conversation about shit that is not true? Because up until now, you've done nothing but have conversations about shit that is true for you right now, even though it isn't what you want. Thanks, user K26. Even though it isn't what you want. Thanks, Linda J, girlfriend. And that's the problem. That's the problem that you guys have, is you guys are constantly having inner conversations about how you feel so defeated and how they're not doing this, they're not doing that, they're not doing this. And and I just don't understand why they're not calling me. Why do they keep having me blocked? When are they going to unblock me on fucking Instagram? And like, they read my message, but when are they going to respond? Why aren't they responding? Like, why aren't they checking out my stuff? Why haven't I heard from them? It's been 3 weeks since I last saw them. It's been 2 weeks since I've last heard from them. Like, I don't understand what's going on. Is there someone else? Are they talking to someone else? That's your current narrative. But in the same fucking breath, you're over here bitching about why haven't I seen any movement? Why am I not seeing any movement? Why isn't it happening? Why isn't my SP conforming? Why isn't this? Why isn't that? Why isn't this? Well, that is why. Because that's all your inner conversations are about, what they're not doing, your current reality and how much time has fucking passed, versus the fact that, no, this shit is happening today. Yeah, no, it's happening right now. Not a minute from now, right now. Something different. Something different. Because all you do is bitch, 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 bitch. Complain, 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 complain. Victim mentality, victim mentality, victim mentality, victim mentality, victim mentality. It's not here yet. It's not here yet. It's not here yet. It's not here yet. They're not conforming. They're not conforming. They're not conforming. They're not conforming. They're ignoring me. They're ignoring me. They're ignoring me. Why aren't they talking to me? Care to guess why? That's why. Because that's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. Let me affirm. This is why I said you can affirm, but unless you're going to affirm your life away, then you better get a grip on your thoughts and your inner conversations. Because you could affirm 5 times a day for 5 minutes at a time. But what the fuck are you doing outside of that? Doubting everything. That's all you're doing, is doubting everything. Well, I really want them to come spend time with me, but I'm not sure they are. Well, I really want them to call me, but I'm not sure they're going to. I don't think they are. Well, I really want them to tell me that they miss me and that they love me, but I don't know. I don't think that they're going to. Like, I don't know if they're going to or not. You understand how fucking stupid that is, right? That's what you don't understand is, that's why a lot of these things I never dealt with. You know why? Because I'm stubborn as fuck. I want what I want. So why in the fuck would I think against it? Now, I'm not saying I didn't waver and question certain things. Sure. But not to the extent that you guys did. I would literally ask a question only because I was told this is going to happen on Saturday. So it'll be Friday and it's not. And I would start to see movement in the beginning of the week and then it'd be Friday. And then I'm like, is it still happening? But it had nothing to do with me. Well, I mean, I guess technically it did. But I never. That's where the stubbornness comes in. I was like, no, fuck that. No, No, why on earth? Why on earth? Like, I didn't even have to give myself that pep talk about it, but I need to do it with you guys because why in the fuck? How does it serve you guys a good purpose? Questioning if they wanting someone to come see you, but doing nothing but questioning if they're going to. wanting to be someone's priority, but feeling like you're not and going against it and doubting that you're their priority and so forth, that they just don't want to be with you. What does that do for you? Wanting them to contact you, wanting to get movement from your SP, but every waking second you get, you can't just help but doubt it. Yeah, I want them to contact me. Yeah, I really want them to contact me, but I can't stop checking my phone 55,000 times, then wondering why they're not contacting me, and then wondering like what they're thinking about all the time, and if they're even thinking about me, or if they miss me, or even if we're ever going to be together. What the fuck, sir? What benefit does that serve you at all? At all. That's like going to the restaurant and saying, you know what? I do not want fresh food. In fact, I'd rather pay double for all your rotten shit. If you can give me all the rotten food that you have, the stuff in the trash can, just go ahead and pull that out. And if you can put that on a plate, that'd be great. Because that's what you're doing to yourself. Over and over and over again. Over and over again. It's like you can't help yourselves. Look, I tell you, I know why you guys do this. It's a protection mechanism for you. But it isn't protecting shit. You try to protect your feelings. So you sit there, instead of throwing all your eggs in one basket and going all in, instead you'd rather think, well, if it doesn't happen, I'll be okay. How's that working out? Because you're not okay when it doesn't happen. That's what you don't get. You tell yourself that. Like, yeah, I really do want to see him today. Or I really want him to text me. But you know what? I mean, it's been 2 weeks. So like, if he doesn't text me today, like it's not a big deal. Okay. So that's what you're going to tell yourself. But you know damn well that if you don't get a text today, you're all up in your fucking feelings about it. You're all up in your thoughts about it. If they don't come see you this weekend because you went against it and did nothing but question if they would actually contact you and make plans to come see you, you went against that the whole fucking time. Then they don't. And you think, oh, well, at the time, I thought that was going to protect my feelings, but now your feelings are fucking destroyed at the end of the week. It doesn't fucking help you. You need to drop the protection mechanisms. You need to drop the justifications, the excuses that you make for the limitations that you argue for yourself, and the justifications that you make for their behavior. Because you think it protects you. It does not. It does not. All it does is impact your feelings that impact your thoughts. That's all it does. But what would happen? What's the worst thing that would happen if you said, I'm fucking done with the dumb shit. I'm done with the fucking bullshit. And you know what? No. I'm going to tell myself, as much as I need to, nope, they're coming to see me this weekend. I know they're going to come see me this weekend, and they don't even need to make plans. They cannot stand to be away from me. They are coming to see me this weekend. I will not waver from that. I know that they're dying to see me. Enough time has gone by that I've kept them away. So no, I absolutely know that they're going to come see me this weekend. They have to. They don't. There is no question about it. I absolutely know they're going to come see me this weekend because they cannot stand to be away from me another second. What's the worst that could happen? Everything stays the same? What's the best that could happen? They actually come see your fucking ass? Huh? Because if you don't do that, I can tell you, I know exactly, you don't need a crystal fucking ball to know what's going to happen if you don't start doing that. Next week, they're not going to come see you. The week after that, they're not going to come see you. The week after that, they're not going to come see you. And the week after that, you got a whole fucking cycle that continues there where they just don't want to come see you. Trust me, I know. I know someone who has been trying, well, for lack of better terms, she's been in a relationship and her SP has not came to see her in 10 months. 10 months! And lives 1 hour from her. You know why? Because all she does is justify, make excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. Doubt. Question. You got me fucked up if you think I'm ever going to go 10 months without seeing my boyfriend. You got me all the way fucked up. You got me fucked up if you think I'm going a long time at all. So if all I have to do, this is not a long ass fucking process. What part of that don't you understand? This is not something that takes a year. It's not something that takes 7 months. If you lock it in and grow up and get a grip, you could have your SP completely conformed by the end of the weekend. Doing all the things you want. Telling you all the shit you want. By the end of the weekend, if you get a grip and stop trying to protect your emotions because it isn't working. Stop going against what you want. If that means that you have to shut up the inner fucking child or the inner conversations that go against it and go and reverse that over and over, then that's what that fucking means. But why don't you try your hardest to not have that shit come up? To break that pattern in your own life. You should break that pattern in your own life and say, no, I'm done sabotaging myself because it isn't just my SP. I sabotage myself over and over and over again by thinking against it, by being like, well, what if I'm not good enough? What if they decide to hire someone else? No, stop doing that because you do it all the time in all areas of your life because it's very habitual to you. So you need to evolve and stop doing that and start with your SP and then branch out from there. It's the only way you're going to get what you want. If you waver, that's okay. There's a whole lot of people that post in the success stories that they wavered a lot. So what? But the difference is they're not telling themselves they're fucking it up. They just pick it up, flip it, and move forward. That's all they do. That's all you need to do is stop questioning shit. So what if you fucking waver against it and think negatively for a second, flip that shit? You don't need to even pay any attention to the fact that you wavered. Just like, oh, no, here's what I want instead. Okay, perfect. Let it produce and keep it pushing. Stop telling yourself, I just am so exhausted. I feel defeated. I just am struggling. I'm hopeless. I just don't know. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. I challenged you guys in the next 72 hours. Now it's 72 hours. You have till Sunday to end no contact with your SP. To lock it in. End no contact with your SP if you're in no contact. If you're in contact with your SP, then you have by the end of the weekend to get them to make plans to come spend time with you. If not, come see you. If you're in any of the ships, then you have till Sunday to get them to tell you how they feel about you. What, 4 or 5 people have already won their part of the challenge. And I gave you that challenge 2 days ago. What's your problem? Compete with yourself. Challenge yourself to do things differently so you can change your life. I'm dead ass fucking serious. You guys piss me off. Hi, Jasmine. Jasmine, ignore what the fuck your family says. I got real good at that shit. In fact, I put boundaries up with my family because I don't give a shit. This is my life. I'm going to be with whoever I want to be with. I'm going to love whoever I want to love. They can either get on board or shut the fuck up. That's basically how I look at it. That's how I look at it. I've kicked my mom out of my house 3 times. 3 times. I've never done that before in my entire life. Ever. But if you think you're going to come into my house and disrespect me in my house, that's never going to happen. So you can kindly see your ass out. I've never had to do that before. But she repeatedly crossed that line when it came to my SP. And comparing him to everybody else I've ever dated in my past. And all that shit. And I said, I don't give a fuck. How hypocritical are you? Because my parents their parents didn't even like either one of my parents. And here we are. Y'all got married and you didn't give a shit what they had to say. So what makes you think I should give a shit what you have to say? No, I don't think so. So I set boundaries. I set boundaries with my family and said, can you please not talk about it? Okay, so you can either set boundaries with your family or you can literally just sit there and start telling a different story about your family. Like, actually, my family loves my fucking boyfriend. Like, they literally think we're perfect together. All they talk about is how amazing of a man he is for me. Okay, you can change your assumptions of them. But when it comes to family, I set boundaries. I have repeatedly told my mom that because she used to, a long time ago, This is a while ago. She used to call him my roommate. And I'd be like, okay, he's not my roommate, so can you stop referring him to that? Because it's fucking rude. And he's not my roommate, so... And eventually she stopped. She stopped. Because I would check her ass every time. I don't give a fuck. Because Christina, you manifested getting unblocked, okay? But you manifest getting unblocked, but you're struggling with getting contact because you're not seeing this part of him. You're not seeing the part of him that would contact you. Okay, you need to see the part of him that why wouldn't he contact you? Of course he's going to fucking contact me. Shit. Of course he's contacting me. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he contact me? He can't stop contacting me. In fact, he's contacting me today. And your inner conversations need to be about contacting, like as if you're already in contact. You need to see the part of him that will contact you. Go back to the beginning of your relationship. This is for any one of you that are trying to get contact with your SP. Go back to the beginning of your relationship. And I want you just to do a mindset little check-in. And evaluate yourself, right? Reverse engineer, evaluate yourself and say, okay, when I first met my SP, he obviously did not have my phone number, clearly. So how did I get him to contact me? What was my mentality like? What was my mentality like? Because that mentality is why he contacted me in the first place, why he pursued me. So I'm going to go back to that mentality that I had, that where I did not have that shit back then. So I don't need to have it now. Why am I questioning if he's going to reach out to me now? I never questioned that back then. Instead, I was excited like, ooh, this guy's checking all the boxes. Fuck yeah. I can't wait for him to call me. I cannot wait for him to call me. Like, you just knew. Eventually he's going to call you, right? You weren't overthinking it, overanalyzing it, which is why I tell you guys need to stop trying. I'm teaching you how to control what you're manifesting. But not once do I sit there and tell you to suffocate your shit. Stop trying. Stop trying. Same with you, Haley. Go back to the time where, what was your mentality when she first came to see you? When you first hung out? What were your thoughts then? Leading up to when she hung out with you for the first time. What were your thoughts then? Go back to those. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. Like user K26 says, stop overthinking the shit. Stop overthinking it and just simply go back. Just go back. No, not at all, Martha. That's not bad. I mean, who wouldn't miss? Who wouldn't miss him? Okay. So you guys need to understand this. Is stop going and overthinking this shit and literally just really, really understanding that time is an illusion. So who gives a fuck about the time? No one cares about the time. What are you talking about? We just talked yesterday. That's how all of you have to look at it. Like, my husband was just home with me fucking yesterday. What are you talking about? Left the house. What house did he fucking leave? Not mine. No, we were just together yesterday. I'm sorry. That's right. You all were just in contact with SP yesterday. All of you. Yesterday. Yesterday. Do you understand? Yesterday. is when you all last spoke to your SP. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. No, you have not been in contact for 5 months, 8 years. No, I just talked to him yesterday. What are you talking about? I haven't seen them in this long. What are you talking about? We just hung out yesterday. They were just living with me yesterday. What are you fucking talking about? Left the house. Moved out? Who the fuck moved out? Not my man. He's still right there in the bed right next to me. What the fuck are you talking about? Everything happened yesterday. And it's going to happen today. Do you understand? Stop trying. These are things that you were doing, and stop, for the love of God, overthinking it. These were things that you were doing before naturally. Naturally. You weren't overthinking the shit before, were you? Like, wait a minute. I thought about if he's gonna break up with me. Holy shit! Wait, what am I doing? No, you didn't do that shit, did you? No, you just let it ride. Therefore, it manifested. You weren't overthinking and overanalyzing shit. No. Now you're doing that, wondering why it's not coming. Just start expecting. The only thing you should be doing is expecting something different. Expect. Because I just talked to his ass yesterday. I just talked to his fucking ass yesterday. You become that person again, Haley. You become that person again. Okay? You expect. We're not trying anymore. We're just doing everything that we did before to get all the shit we don't want. Everything that you're doing right now to get all the shit you don't want. Yeah, you're just going to do the same, but control it. That's it. That's all. It's not like, no, to get all the shit you don't want, you just have to randomly think about it throughout the day. But if you want the shit you want, though, on the other hand, that requires 15 hours of inner conversation work. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't require anything else other than what you were doing before. All you're doing is controlling it. That's it. No more effort required. Do you understand? I know you said yes. And now I have to go because I have a coaching call. I have coaching calls that I need to jump on. Plus, I have texts that I need to respond to. Oh, you know what? I should. No. Yeah, I should put the WhatsApp back on my desktop. I hate that shit. Or maybe I'll put it on my iPad so I can just I don't fucking know. I don't know. But anyway, I have calls that I'm going to go on now. Probably, I don't yell on my coaching calls, actually. Only unless you get out of fucking line. Yeah, Haley, we can talk later. Okay? And then I have a bunch of texts I need to fucking respond to. But again, I told you guys, if you guys are in text coaching, please reach out to Chanel, Bev, or Serena, Unapologetically Me, because we're putting you guys into WhatsApp community, a different one, where you guys are going to be in separate groups. So no one can see your guys' correspondence except me and my team. And so therefore, you guys should get real-time responses. They're very active in there now that we're moving everybody into that. Does it mean that my cell phone number goes away? Obviously not. But I want you guys to get real-time response. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, and unless I want to work until fucking midnight, which, the responses vary past 6 p.m. No, Monica, you cannot. I'm just kidding. Yeah, you can. The responses vary past midnight. I can't guarantee, or past 6 o'clock. I can't guarantee what kind of gen you get because now I'm in relax mode. Just kidding. All right, guys. I love all of you besties. Okay. Get busy with the challenge. Do you understand? Get busy with the challenge. Okay. Hey, Sarah Elizabeth, sister. Because I need you guys to end this bullshit cycle you've been in by Sunday. Okay? And then I will go leave a little notey note in WhatsApp today about your guys's recreating your SP's reality. Okay? Because I think that that's going to be a huge game changer for a lot of you guys when you can recreate their reality. To, of course, make you the center of the world. Of course. Duh. I love all of you. All right. I'll see y'all later. Remember, I will not be here same time tomorrow, but I'll put the time up there. All right. Bye, guys.